Amy Show. Check it out.
St. Louis, Mound City, we are going to have a great day today.
Now, Amy Marks scores Chris Ranji on KMOX.
Let's take it from the top.
Hey, good morning, friends. What's up? It is Friday. This is one of those Friday feels like a Monday kind of days. Right. It's so odd. It is the Chris and Amy Show. The number is 314-436-7900. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing great. Hope you had a good 4th of July. Hope you will continue to celebrate America's birthday today. You can text that show number. You can call it. You can also leave us a voicemail anytime you want at 314-944-1120. We're on social media. It's important that you find us at Chris Amy KMOX on Twitter because you can watch us live. There's a camera. We're also on YouTube and Facebook, and we are streaming on the free Odyssey app.
Time now for the top of the order. The top 3 stories everybody will be talking about.
New reporting today suggests that Democrats might be leaning toward the current vice president to be the nominee coming up here in this election. Also, it is Free Ticket Friday. I am not kidding. We have 1 million tickets to give away. Not exactly, but we have 5 pairs of tickets to give away today to see Def Leppard, Journey, and Cheap Trick at Busch Stadium tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Also, the Cardinals win in Pittsburgh last night. My final of 3-2. They begin a new series today. So I've got John Hancock and Michael Kelly with me. Amy Marks Kors is on vacation. Gentlemen.
Who's the headliner of that concert?
I think it's Def Leppard.
It is.
It wouldn't be Journey?
I think I would rather see Journey than the rest of them.
Yeah.
What's the matter with Def Leppard?
Nothing.
I was just sitting there kind of going through their hits in my head of who had bigger hits, and it seems to me Journey probably had more at the top of the. But then
I
again,
would think
Def
so.
Leppard,
Def
wasn't my
Leppard's
bag.
great.
What is some Def Leppard songs?
Well,
Pour some sugar on me.
Pour some sugar on me.
I Love
that.
Bites.
Yeah, Love Bite.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good
John?
band. They had the drummer that lost his arm.
That's right.
Yeah.
I believe he's still active.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
I believe he's still flailing away.
Yeah.
So anyway, the show is tomorrow at
right?
Busch Stadium, and we have 5 pairs of tickets we're going to give away today.
Nice.
You have to be listening for your chance to win.
5.
5. That's 10 whole tickets.
That's incredible.
beautiful.
Woo!
Good.
Look at us.
And I think the weather's going to be nice tomorrow, isn't it? I don't know.
It high 80s
Yeah.
for during the
That's
day.
fine.
You know, I sit here and listen to the weather report 12 times and never know what the weather's going to be.
True. One year, it was about this time of year, U2 came to town, and it was at Busch Stadium,
Oh, man.
and it was the one with the claw.
claw.
It
Oh,
had
360.
Yeah.
it was 360, and John went with me. I bought a whole passel
No,
of
I
tickets.
didn't go with
Oh, you didn't go?
No.
I bought a whole passel of tickets.
Thanks for inviting me.
It is the hottest I'd ever been. I mean, it was so miserable. But that's not going to be the case for the Def Leppard thing. But
No, yeah. Tomorrow should be nice. It'll probably be humid, I guess. But mid 80s is the high during the day, mid to high 80s. And so at night, it should cool off a bit. But we're going to get close to that time. And this is the part of St. Louis summer that I despise. It is when it's 100 at night.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When it's like 95 degrees and the humidity is still at
Yes,
80% with a 70 dew point. Oh,
it's
God.
6 a.m. You're walking to your car, which is
Ugh.
about 30 steps from your front door, and you're sweating like a
Ugh.
madman by the time you get to the car.
Climate-
I would rather
Climate
take
change.
that 2 weeks of below zero weather
At no question.
than
No
the 2
question.
weeks of over 100 with humidity.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
John, you must not like it either.
What, the heat?
The humidity.
I don't, when you're athletic, you kind of deal with
Is
that.
snooker- Is snooker
Well,
a
he's a
sport?
pickleballer.
Yeah, buddy.
John's a pickleballer now.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's right. You are.
I don't I don't like to talk, Ronj, but the pickleball game is quite
Ronj,
a sight to
You
behold.
and I ought to show up here. What night do you do this? Wednesday night? Monday
It
night?
could be, sometimes
We ought to show up and be teammates and play against him just to see. Because I have a hard time believing John does much other than stand in one location and swat it if it comes close.
Well, you gotta be quick on your feet out there.
How's that
Sprinting
going?
to the edge, you get in the backhand and the forehand, and there's a
Uh-huh.
lot of stuff going on.
I think you're standing in one place.
No. You got to get up there into they call it the kitchen up there. You get up there and you smack the ball.
Got to
And,
get in your kitchen.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of the nets right there. It's quite the endeavor.
There's a healthy skepticism I see from Michael Kelly.
Have
Yeah.
you played it?
No, but I have been in Forest Park at the Davis Tennis
Right.
Center, and a couple of those courts have been like the main court.
Yeah. They
The-
took
the
down
big
all
one.
the stands. They
Well,
took
it's
the stands down.
just it's pickleball courts now.
Yeah.
I've played it one time. It was great. I enjoyed it.
Got
But
my
I know
paddle.
people who are like obsessed with it in the way that people get obsessed with golf.
Right.
You know, they're wanting to do it all the time. And I've got some people in my life that are that way. I did it one time and it didn't do that for me. It didn't. Or maybe kind of like Hancock with snooker.
Well, you got the wrong
Yeah.
paddle. I got my paddle in the car. I'll show it to you.
But
You
paddles.
bought your own paddle?
And the
Yeah.
kids got
Don't
me.
they provide them for you?
The
Yeah.
kids got me paddles for Father's Day.
It's like having a ping pong paddle.
Exactly.
Oh, no,
You're like
no.
the guy
Oh,
who
no,
shows up
no.
at a beer hall with your own ping pong.
no,
paddle.
Or
no,
a
no, no,
full-
no, 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 no.
How's
No.
it different? It's
Well,
just bigger.
Well, it's a little bigger. You got now my paddle. I got one of the best paddles.
Oh, okay.
It's not-
Cushioned or what?
Yeah, buddy. It's got a little cushion. It's got the little. I believe that's yucca wood.
Yeah. Oh, from the yucca tree?
Yeah, buddy. I mean, we don't mess around. My neighbor, he's got the old plastic whatever thing it is. But no, I've got.
Well, if you're gonna play it, you need to look the part.
If you're gonna, equipment is it's not everything because sheer athleticism is important, obviously. But the equipment's also very important.
Did you see the story? And there have been multiple stories about it, but there was a New York Times piece from, I think it was the fall of last year, about how pickleball, the problem that's coming out of it is they're being played at tennis courts a lot of times, which are close to houses, and the pickleball is allowed. So people are filing noise complaints
Yeah.
about the pickleball, and it's something like twice as loud as tennis, just because of the ball, that
Yeah.
stupid sound that it's bothering people in their homes because all they hear is constant that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
The struggle's
all
real
day.
though, because I have a friend of mine whose backyard backs up to a Catholic church. Tennis courts, of course, nobody uses tennis courts anymore. They got it for the pickleball. And we would be out there watching football at her house. She had televisions outside on the back porch, and it is loud.
It's incessant.
It is very loud. Now, I mean, you live next to a tennis court, you're going to have noise, but I don't know. People seem to be like going bonkers over it, saying that this is crazy. It's too loud. I don't want this in my neighborhood. It needs to be banned. And homeowners associations are banning it.
Well, if you think about it, you signed up for a tennis court
Right.
and you didn't. So you know that a tennis court's going to be loud if you live by one, or it has a certain noise. But if that suddenly is ramped up by double, because I believe they literally measured it, and it's 70 something decibels, which is twice as loud as tennis. You didn't sign up for that.
No. Dude,
Well,
are you making all
plus-
the neighbors nervous out there?
Well,
Man.
people are coming to watch, of course. But no, and so with pickleball, if you've got 2 tennis courts, you've got 4 pickleball courts right there.
Right.
Okay.
So you could have 4 games going on,
Right.
all at the same time,
Uh-huh.
and that can, it could be a little.
Do you
loud.
put on like an outfit like Lululemons and the whole bit and get out there like you're a tennis player?
I got my New Balances on.
Sweatband.
That's right. I got my Michael Jordan shorts on.
Oh, you got Jordan shorts.
Michael Jordan shorts.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean they're nice. I like them. And then I'll usually I'll wear my Keep Cool with Coolidge T-shirt that I got
Oh,
from the
Calvin Coolidge?
Yes, from the Calvin Coolidge.
So
Wow.
it's not a collared shirt exercise like in some instances
Now,
tennis is.
now Jonathan up the street, he wears a collared shirt. He's
Yeah.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy,
He moves.
oof, man. Oh, he moves. He puts that paddle in between his legs like that. It's unbelievable what
Wait,
this
what?
guy does. The scoop thing.
The scoop?
Yeah, when the ball's low coming at your feet, old Jonathan, he can put that paddle right and pop it right over the net like
Wow.
that. It's impressive.
Wow.
I'm telling you, this would be worth us going to watch, Ranj.
Yep.
I know you don't like to spend time with me,
But
but this
Michael,
would be about
stop
a good.
saying
This
that.
would be a good hour well spent. We could video it. We would get unbelievable hits on KMOX's social
We're going to
media.
hang out.
Either one of you know how to use a defibrillator.
You just read the instructions.
No, is that how?
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
if we got
just-
time for that.
Well, I do know this. You're going to play some snooker today,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you've been telling me that he won't play anymore with you.
Well, it's been
So
it's
it's
been
back
a
on.
minute. It's been a minute.
We're
He,
going to go for a little while today. It may not be a 3-hour marathon, but
That's what I hear. John likes to be there for a long time.
Oh, John would play snooker until they close the pool hall.
Well, but the back, the bending over is
And-
at my stage of life.
and I can tell when he's frustrated with me.
That's a lot
because-
of bending over, Raj.
Like
Especially you're making 6, 7, 8, 10 balls in a row. I mean, you're bending over a lot.
so. Like today, I'm going to go play with him, and I've kind of declared I'm probably good for 3-4 games.
That's it.
Well,
I may
maybe-
have to reach out to the Lion of
That's
India.
what I was going to say. So then what he'll start doing is when it's obvious that Kelly's getting his teeth kicked in and he's
Yeah.
not liking it, he'll start texting the internationals is what he calls them, because we got a Ukrainian buddy and an Indian fellow. that
Ukrainian
plays with
Thunder.
us. Yeah.
and the Lion of
That's
India.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to stick it out as long as I can today. But whenever he starts the,
So when you
Joey,
did,
I don't know if you saw that red to the blue to the green, and when I beat you by 85 points, I'm not one to talk.
you do a great John
No,
Handy.
I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm a good winner. I'm a bad loser.
Sometimes he'll call me later and be like, "Man, you were really on today, but how about that one shot I had in game 2?" And I'll be like, "I don't know. I was ordering a drink."
You know how Tony La Russa can remember, the third pitch of the at bat and the from 20 years ago. I'm like that with the snooker.
Like Sean McVay,
Yeah.
the football coach, when
Yeah.
he was running through plays that he called like 5 years ago.
Right. Yeah. I'm like that.
Well, I hope you have a great time today, but I'm not finished with the two of you.
All right, fine.
Oh, damn it.
What?
I just looked at the rundown.
Oh boy.
Oh, Amy Marks Kors is going to join us next.
Nice.
Oh, God.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right, nice, soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Just dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America, and now the universe's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard to reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Welcome to Staples, young man. Tomorrow's my big day. Big day? First grade. Aw, well, Staples has crayons, markers, glue. I need a laptop. Oh, yeah, sure. With Staples Hot Deals, you can save up to $300 on select PCs for school. Wait. The finances are mom's department. Right. I'm looking for performance, like a Core i7 processor. Boy, first grade has really changed. Tell me about it.
Save big on tech for school with super low Staples Hot Deals. Right now, get up to $300 off select PCs at Staples. Ends 8/24.
Did you know you can unlock the equity from your current home and stay in it while you find your next home or while your new home is being built? Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, St. Louis's real estate expert, can do that for you. Here's a problem that many home sellers find themselves in. They want to sell their home, but where will they move? Plus, they need the funds from their current home to go purchase the next home. Well, Gloria gets it. And that's why she created her Sell and Stay program, which lets you sell your home, get the cash, and stay in that home for up to 12 months. Gloria Lou thinks of every dilemma a home seller goes through and provides a guaranteed solution. If you need the cash from your current home to buy your next home, here's my recommendation. Call the agent I trust, Gloria Lou, and ask her about her Sell and Stay program. Call 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
We all know baseball is a long season. I'm Brett Boone from the Brett Boone Podcast. This summer, take a trip down memory lane with me and hear from the legends of the game. So far this year, I've had conversations with Randy Johnson, Pete Rose, Deion Sanders. Plus, every week we look at the state of Major League Baseball, which teams are exceeding expectations, which ones are struggling to meet them. Follow and listen to the Brett Boone Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Diverse opinions, mutual respect. That's the politics you'll find at KMOX. Your connection to St. Louis and the region.
John Hancock, Michael Kelly with me, Chris Ranji today. It is the Chris and Amy show. There's no Amy Markscores because she is on vacation. And right now she's having a terrific time in Cancun. And we decided to bother her on her vacation. Actually, she bothers us on vacation. She's constantly sending a story idea. Be on vacation, Amy. Amy Markscores is with us now on KMOX. What is wrong with you? Why can't you just be present? Be in your vacation. Leave us alone.
Somehow it's more fun sending story ideas when you're on vacation because it's kind of like you send it along and you're like, not my problem.
Yeah, you do that. You're like, you deal with it.
That's right. Did you see this horrible news story? You guys should talk about it. I'm going to have a pina colada.
Wow.
Cancun. Wanted to get away from the cold weather, did you?
No, it's not Cancun. They said that because I'm not a Cancun person. We are in
Uruguay.
Destin,
No.
Florida, not Uruguay. We're in like the most popular beach for St. Louisans to go.
Right. You better be careful. There's sharks everywhere down there attacking
That's
people.
right.
I know.
That's
I
right.
know.
Yeah.
So I asked the beach guard, the beach lifeguard, about the sharks, and then they laughed and said, yes, they're everywhere. And he said, no, but seriously, anytime you're in the ocean, you're within 100 feet of a shark. He said, just watch out for shadows and don't swim toward shadows, and make sure when you are in the water, you're not facing the beach, you're facing out. That seems like a lot of caution.
But is it oh gosh, I can't think of it. It's a spring break destination that they're having real trouble, and they believe there's one shark that's been attacking multiple people. That's like Jaws. That's exactly Jaws.
It's like Jaws. Is it like Fort Walton Beach or?
I was thinking I think it's South Padre or something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Where is it?
Panama City Beach?
Panama City. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. By the way, did you know that I told Hancock this earlier today? He didn't realize it. You remember Jaws, right? The Jaw, it was attacking.
Yeah.
And the mayor was involved.
Yeah.
He was the mayor in the second one too when Jaws comes back. Like you would think if
he would have
this was the
lost
number
his
one
job.
issue, he would have lost his job.
That's right.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
No, that's really, you know what that makes? That makes Jaws more realistic because you can be horrible at your job and still remain in office.
That's correct.
Well,
there's been a real problem with that
Or
here.
they let you go on vacation and come home.
Or maybe the mayor refused to leave.
That's true. Is there anything going on in Florida we should know about?
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. See, I've been by the pool. We walked on the beach as well. But I will say what's interesting being in Florida is if you turn on the TV, and I'm watching actual TV, not just like streaming services. If you turn on the TV at night or whatever, a lot of anti-Matt Gaetz commercials.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like Matt Gaetz is a creeper and like he's paying for sex and all this sort of thing. Yeah.
Who's running against him?
I have no idea.
Well, those aren't very good ads then.
He
the
could be
state of
running those
Florida.
ads because he would embrace that. I think he likes being a creeper.
Ugh.
Well, I'm sure he likes it.
I mean,
but
he's a weirdo.
he
embraces that
he does
weird
appear to
stuff.
be a weird guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask you guys this. I don't know. It's not.
Go ahead.
It's not judgy. But do you ever like look at people at the pool and then wonder like what's their story? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
So go ahead. Who did you judge down there?
No, it's not judging. It's
Mhm.
more of an interesting story. So there's this couple that shows up at the pool every day, and the woman is strikingly like fit and beautiful. Probably not all natural, if you catch my drift, but very fit, and is like wears a lot of like to be seen apparel, right? Like it's
She's single
very,
or
like,
what? I don't know what you're.
That's the thing. You
Okay.
got to listen to. She's very fit. Wears like neon bikini, like a neon trucker hat, and like bling because she wants to be seen. I probably would too if I were like her. And do you know Kevin from The Office? Kevin Malone from The Office. I believe that's her partner, and they show up to the pool every day, and it's almost like Kevin from The Office and. I don't know, not Chris Farley, but kind of like a combo, which is fine. But the thing is, you think, well, maybe, like he's an awesome guy. He doesn't talk, and they don't smile, and they don't laugh, and they don't talk, and they show up every day together to the pool.
So what are you asking? Are you asking if he's paying her?
story?
Sounds like
Do
me
you
and
think he's?
Georgianne.
Do you think he's paying her?
No. No,
Okay.
actually, I didn't think of that. We at first thought maybe like a bodyguard, but it's not. You had to fall in love with him.
This is.
Oh,
she
so it's a mismatch on top of it all, is what you're saying.
That was the whole point, Michael.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's a
for-
complete mismatch. No, I think about
Thanks for
mismatches
playing
all the
along.
time.
But it's not like they look happy. They both
Yeah, but
look
did you-
incredibly unhappy.
Mismatches are common
Yeah,
when the
very common.
male and and the female some raving beauty. The mismatches that I don't understand are when the guy is like, Pierce Bronson and, the girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she has money. Maybe in that mismatch, she has money.
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
Did you
All I
notice?
know is-
Did you guys notice this? That Amy
What?
says this is not judgy, and then proceeds to tell the judgiest damn
Yeah.
story.
Oh, and she described this gal to me. I mean, I got a visual of this
Yeah.
lady. I got a little bit of Pamela Anderson and a neon bikini going on,
I'm just saying,
big
like,
inflated lips.
If you look like that and you dress in very, very, flashy apparel, you obviously want to be seen because you feel great about yourself, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be one thing if they were like holding hands and looking in love, but like, she would like sit next to him, but they were obviously a couple, but they didn't talk. They didn't smile. He never said anything. He just looked kind of mad the whole time.
What?
And I want to know, what's that story?
Well, why don't you swim over and ask them? Why don't you swim on over and invite him over for cocktails
Yeah,
tonight?
you really should.
I know. Well, we did decide we had to make friends at the pool. We did make some friends.
Nice.
Apparently
Yeah.
not this gal.
Well, Amy, how much longer on your
I'd
vacation?
make friends with that lady for him.
Not much longer.
Are you back Monday?
Oh yeah, I'm back Monday.
Okay. Well,
Are you running while you're down there?
I am running while I'm down there. Yes.
weirdo.
That
is
has
weird.
been although I will say I jumped on the treadmill because I wasn't waking up early to run, and I thought the humidity was bad in St. Louis. It's something else in Florida.
Really?
It was like it said 88 degrees. It felt like 104. The dew point was 80.
Oh yeah, that is some monumental humidity. That dew point is outrageous.
You hate to see it. You
Yeah.
hate to see the dew
that's an
point up there.
outrageous dew point.
80. I have no idea what.
All right, I'll explain it to you after the break. Amy Marks Coors, enjoy your time in Mexico City, and we will talk to you. See you next week.
Hasta fuego out there.
There goes Amy. Amy Marks Coors, part of the Chris and Amy show. She is on her 7th vacation this year.
How does that work?
I don't know, dude. She's got quite a deal, I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. John Hancock, Michael Kelly with me, Chris Ranji on KMOX.
It's Tom Ackerman. Need to get my eyes checked once a year from Ophthalmology Associates. It's an annual eye health examination that I absolutely need if I want to see clearly, and I want to be able to tell you what I see in everything that I do on the radio and in life. The doctors of Ophthalmology Associates will help me with that. 314-966-5000 is the number to call for an appointment. 314-966-5000, Ophthalmology Associates. Doctors Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Prasadi, Andrew Royer, and Samuel Berry. He is a cornea surgeon. He has the knowledge and techniques for advanced eye care and treatment in the field, just like the other doctors. The doctors, they call them that because they have over 250 doctors as patients. That is more than any other practice. Ophthalmology Associates, 314-966-5000. Ophthalmology Associates, yourEyeDoc.com.
If you're trying to sell a home, there's only one agent in town that I trust, Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty. My friends Mark and Neil have the best system, options, and strategies to connect you to the best qualified buyers, getting your home sold fast and for top dollar. Go to thegelmanteam.com.
It is 10:30 and we have sunshine and 79 degrees in downtown St. Louis. And I'm Debbie Monterey. At the top of the primary ballot for Missouri governor is an honorary member of the Ku Klux Klan, despite efforts from the Republican Party to get his name removed. Some major road work in the Metro East may mess up your morning commute for a while. More on those stories coming up in the news at 11. The Dow is currently down about 13.5 points at 39,294.
The Cardinals beat the Pirates yesterday 3-2 in 10 innings, taking 2 of 3 in the series. Andre Palante makes the start, 7 innings, 1 run on 4 hits. John King covers the final 2 innings, giving up just 1 unearned run as he picks up the victory. Alec Burleson and Pedro Pajes each drive in runs in the top of the 10th inning. The Cardinals now head to our nation's capital for a 4-game series against the Nationals. Sonny Gray will pitch the opener tonight. He is 9-5. 5:45 first pitch. Our coverage begins at 4:50. The Redbird Report is sponsored by Aloha Pools USA. Win big with a pool or spa at AlohaPoolsUSA.com. Matt Pauley, KMOX Sports.
We blow our latest front away and high pressure is settling in, and that is good news. Some great weather for the rest of the long holiday weekend, partly to mostly sunny skies this afternoon. We're going to notice a drop off in the humidity at 84 for a very pleasant high temperature. Tonight, clear skies. A quick drop into the upper 70s fairly early in the evening, 66 for the low. On Saturday, sunny and 86, and then on Sunday, sunny up to 91 with a slow increase in the humidity. There might be a pop or an isolated thunderstorm on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray for the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Sunshine and 79 degrees. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Broadcasting from the Underline Tree Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
La 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 la.
Oops. Ever had your singing lessons cut short by icy water?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Say goodbye to those cold notes with Navien tankless water heaters. With Navien, you'll hit all the right notes without the surprise chill. So keep singing and let Navien keep the hot water flowing. And get ready for the encore when you get your utility bill.
La 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 la.
Navien tankless water heaters. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Sick of those annoying ads slowing you down online? Introducing i3 Broadband's 100% fiber optic network with advanced whole home Wi-Fi. With speeds up to 8 gigabits, buffering is so yesterday. Our rock-solid connection keeps you streaming, gaming, and browsing without a hitch, thanks to our ad blocking feature. No contracts, no hidden fees, just pure internet bliss. And we've got a no-risk 30-day money-back guarantee. toll-free. Dial 877-976-0711 or swing by i3broadband.com/STL. We're local, reliable, and committed to St. Louis.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
We are heading into the make it or break it season for your air conditioning system. Comfort Solutions Heating and Cooling is a Lennox dealer, which is an outstanding brand. And Comfort Solutions has been in business for 30 years. And as I mentioned, a Lennox dealer, so they can install a brand new Lennox system with no interest for 5 years on that new Lennox air conditioner, plus a 10-year parts and condenser warranty. 24-hour service nights and weekends, 314-968-9900, 968-9900, or online at comfortsolutionsstl.com.
Are you tired of those unwanted, stubborn areas of fat? Do you want to lose up to 2 inches of that fat quickly and safely? Hi, this is Dr. Michael Glickert at St. Louis Weight Loss Secret, and we offer the latest breakthrough treatment in fat reduction without surgery through our incredible Lumara body contouring program that gently melts fat naturally, eliminating it from your body. If you want to lose inches on your thighs, arms, waist, stomach, or back, take advantage of our limited time offer of just $69 for your first treatment, which is valued at $300. You heard that right, just $69 for your first treatment. Visit us online at moweightloss.com.
Hey, this is Debbie Monterey, and I admit I was skeptical about body contouring at St. Louis Weight Loss Secret, but I figured, what do I have to lose except apparently inches, because they already helped me lose 40 pounds, and then they took before and after pictures while I was doing body contouring. I did 8 treatments, and you could totally see the difference. So take advantage of this limited time offer, just $69 for your first body contouring treatment, regularly $300, by calling 314-207-8600 or online at moweightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Cardinals second baseman Nolan Gorman. It's game day.
It's the Cards and Nationals tonight. Ameren Total Access 450. First pitch 5:45.
Let's play ball.
On your voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
I've got John Hancock and Michael Kelly with me today. It is Friday, and I said this off the top. Dude, this Friday feels like a Monday. It feels like a Monday. It's wild to me that tomorrow's the weekend, but it is. So
well, today's
hopefully,
kind of the weekend.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Friday feels that way, right?
It
but
does.
But somehow this feels like a Monday because we had
yesterday felt like a Saturday to me. So when I woke up this morning, I first thought, oh, I've got to get dressed to go meet John for television. And I was like, no, today's Friday. I don't have to put on a suit and all that stuff.
Yeah, you don't need to
But
put
it felt
a suit.
like a Saturday yesterday because there was nothing going on.
These holidays that are on like Wednesday, Thursday.
Love them.
I don't know, man. It really messes me up.
Well, and the only sport that was on TV yesterday was Wimbledon. And after a while,
it's like watching pickleball.
Yeah, and so then you find yourself going on down to like TNT and TBS, and they're running A Few Good Men for the 13,000th time, and you get sucking into that because there's nothing on.
No, there really isn't. Gentlemen, we have not really touched on anything important today.
Good.
Because why would we?
Right.
But the ongoing situation with the current president is it really remains the top story nationally.
Yep.
It is the thing everybody is talking about. And there's newer reporting, and we're seeing a lot of reporting over the last 24, 48 hours that there are a number of Democrats that are starting to move away, if they haven't already moved away from President Biden. Reporting today that there's a move toward the Vice President Kamala Harris. I know this is a thing that we're talking about and then assessing and reassessing continually. I'm still not entirely convinced, though a lot of people believe this to be the case. I'm not entirely convinced that if they move on from him, that it will increase their chances of winning in November. I know people believe that, and that might be the case. I waver on this. I go back and forth. Sometimes I think, yeah, he probably needs to step aside, but the power of incumbency is so strong. And I don't think a lot of people are really paying attention to what's happening right now, that when it's time to vote in November, they'll see, oh, Biden, I know who that is. Check. I just don't know that if they move on from him, it increases their odds. What do you think?
I'm not sure it can get any worse. It's a dismal situation. Look, the American people have decided they don't like either of these folks. And that was a positive for Joe Biden up until last Thursday, because this election was one about the production of his 4 years, which he has a good record to point to, and making the argument that he would be stable and normal when Donald Trump's 4 years were chaotic. And this election flipped on its head on Thursday from being about Donald Trump to now being about Joe Biden. And for the last 7 days straight, there has been very little talk about Donald Trump. Donald Trump said some crazy things in that debate. He lied like crazy, etc. There's no conversation about that because they're focused on, they're focused on, yeah. You said something. Well, I don't
know.
So anyway,
I don't know. I know what he's saying.
This is why we need to move on from Biden right here.
See,
are you telling me to look at something?
Did I? No. Oh, no. I'm sorry.
I thought you're telling me to look at something.
No,
on
I
my
was
phone.
no, I distracted you.
Okay,
that wasn't me. No, I was not telling you to look at.
But anyway, the election's now going to be about Joe Biden, and we find ourselves having the entire conversation being about Joe Biden, and that's problematic.
Yeah,
donors, political officials around the country are telling the president this is a problem. If we Democrats truly believe this election is about democracy, it's irresponsible and wrong for us to go forward after what we witnessed on Thursday night. More importantly, if it is about them, if it is about those two things, then we need to get the conversation back to Donald Trump, and that's not going to happen with Joe Biden at the top of the ticket.
Yeah, and I don't know that Kamala Harris is all that much better. I think she's better than Biden electorally now, but I don't think she's a pathway to winning. She's not very popular either. And, if they want to win, and maybe they do, but if they want to win, this is their opportunity to find a candidate that actually can go out and win and defeat Donald Trump. And there's plenty to pick from. But I don't know that Kamala Harris is that product.
But I don't know that they can move. I don't think it can't be her. You know what I mean? I think it creates a whole lot of difficulty within the party and the base that they would need to get elected if they choose somebody other than her.
Yeah, and I'm not close enough to Democrat
She would
politics.
have to participate. Look, if they're going to move on from,
she'd have to be part of the process.
She would have to be a part of that process.
Yeah.
Because she represents two very important constituencies. Not only represents, but she also, she's an African American. She's a first African American vice president. That's important, and she's got a pedigree to go out there and promote, etc. If they're going to move on from her, she would have to be a part of that. Having said that, I hope that Democrats are much wiser than what we're watching this cult on the other side that is all in on only one individual. Democrats have been saying this election's so important. If this election's so important and the president can't go, then I think they need to find the best candidate with the best chance to be able to win. Maybe that's the vice president. Maybe it's somebody else.
What's the thing that will make him change his mind on this? Is it the donors?
Money.
Is it the polling?
I think if the money dries up, they're going to find themselves in some trouble. At the end of the day, he is the president. I don't get it. I mean, his life has changed forever. He will be the president of the United States for as long as he lives. She will have always be the first lady that, for forever. And I hope that this isn't about family and those just wanting to keep the title of presidency. Because I worry that most of the pressure he's getting may be coming from his own family.
But I can't
There's no
imagine.
question about that.
But if that is the case, and we've seen that reporting,
yeah,
why? What is the benefit of it?
Because I would imagine there's something pretty cool about the fact that when you get together with your family and extended family, everything's taken care of, and you're doing it in, and the place is secure, etc. There's a lot of perks that come all along with being president of the United States.
There are perks about being a former president too.
And they're making money. Okay, I mean, it's just that simple. They're making money off of Joe Biden's political career. The family has, and they're not unique in that. But
isn't Obama making money now? He's not the president.
I understand. But the Hunter Biden, his consultation expertise is going to be considerably less valuable if his father isn't the president of the United States. I mean, it's just the way it is. Biden will make money giving speeches. Sure, absolutely. Jill Biden, I think, to Michael's point, I think she loves the trappings of it all and doesn't want to give it up. And it's almost selfish if your spouse is failing as obviously as Joe Biden is failing, why would you put them through the ardors of a campaign, not to mention the most demanding job in the world?
And listen, when you say he's failing as obvious as he is,
Yeah.
he had a bad night on Thursday. Most of what we've watched with Joe Biden has been a slow and steady decline, and those who love people the most may not see it as drastically as those of us who don't see the individual on a regular basis. What we saw last Thursday was not slippage. That was a complete episode of something.
Yep.
And you can't help but think to yourself, is there something larger here? Then their excuses are lame. 11 days, to recover. Guess what? You're the president of the United
from
States.
a trip.
You got to figure this
Right.
stuff out. I mean, the president literally could be on an airplane tomorrow to Florida because a hurricane hits, and out to California because of a mass shooting, and up to Michigan because there may be an opportunity to, go and bring in new business. I mean, that dog isn't going to hunt to say he needs to be at bed at 8 o'clock and, he's traveling too much.
Now, about that, Gavin Newsom said that he was literally joking about being in bed by 8 because of everything that was being said about him and all the reporting. Now, I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe he does need to be in bed by 8 o'clock. What I do know is after that performance a week ago, if they were confident in him, that was just, that was a bad night and we need to get him out there. I know he did a rally the following day, but he needs to have been doing interviews immediately
That's
after.
right. But Chris, I don't think they can put Humpty Dumpty back together again. I don't think people can unsee what we saw on Thursday in the same way that people can't unsee what we saw on January 6th.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm willing to vote for Weekend at Bernie's over.
But a lot of
Donald
people have
Trump.
gotten over January 6th.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, this is the choice we have. I just hope that this president will realize that why do you want to do this to yourself? Really, and the reality is if he does step aside and the Democrats win and we hold back Donald Trump, his status as a former president leapfrogs a bunch of other presidents to step aside for democracy. And I think we can arguably say that Barack Obama has a legacy maybe a little bit bigger than Joe Biden's. I think that changes if Joe Biden steps down and helps anoint a president that's going to keep Donald Trump from running.
There you go. I still don't think he'll be the nominee, but what do I know?
Well, what do any of us know?
Nobody knows anything, Raj.
That's exactly right. So, good stuff though.
Thank you.
It's got, no, I mean the whole thing, but you guys too.
Oh, thank you, Raj.
I mean the whole
It's
thing
not
is
good.
just.
I'm exhausted.
Well,
aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I'm tired of all of it. I really am, and I think it's typically when people say stuff like that, I think it's really lazy. That I don't want to be a part of the process. I'm tired of paying attention to it. But currently, things are so weird, and it's not just Biden; it's his opponent. I'm tired of all of it.
But as somebody who sat here for 8 years as a Democrat and watched this Trump nonsense that's gone on and watched people bend themselves in 18 different directions to justify poor behavior, now my side's doing it.
Yeah.
That's what's hard for me.
But
Is
do you
now
think-
my side's trying to explain away stuff
I
and
kinda
making
get-
it all about one individual.
I don't know. I kind of get the impression that there's a lot from the Democratic side that is pushing back against him.
Right, but I'm talking about the administration and
Right.
stuff. The same way there were people who would go and carry water, Lindsey Graham, for Donald Trump when they know better. These people know better than what they're saying. Oh, when we're in a private room, he's better than Albert Einstein at the age of 30. Knock it off. I mean, who are you? Don't BS a BSer.
Listen, nobody's better in a private room than the two of you.
How about that,
You guys
Raj?
are great. Hey,
Thank
enjoy the pool hall.
Yeah.
Enjoy your weekend.
Oh, yeah.
See ya.
It is Michael Kelly, John Hancock. Love you both. Chris Ranji with you on the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Here we are in July. Are you using your outdoor space? If you're not, there's probably a good reason. You didn't call Chesterfield Fence and Deck to really trick out your outdoor space. Imagine having a beautiful deck with a custom screen room that keeps the bugs away, or a custom sunroom that it can even maybe be air conditioned, have a beautiful fan so you're outside, but not fully in the elements. Or you can walk down those deck steps onto your beautiful patio that's covered by a pergola, maybe a built-in, I don't know, pizza oven, barbecue grill, you name it. Let your imagination run wild and work with Chesterfield Fence and Deck to make it a reality. They'll come to you with free in-home estimates, free project design, or stop by and see them in the Chesterfield Valley to get a great idea of what the products look and feel like, or maybe get some great ideas. Chesterfield Fence and Deck will offer you 48 months interest-free financing if you mention me, Debbie Monterey. Find them online right now at chesterfieldfence.com. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best.
Do you feel like you're going through life clouded by doubt? Talk to California Psychics. Our trusted and accurate psychics are available 24/7. And we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers get 80% off their first reading. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
The weather report today is hot. So I hope all your everybody's air conditioning is cooling the best it can. Now, don't fret if it's 100 degrees outside and you have your thermostat set for 65 and it's not pulling it down to 65. That's not the air conditioner. That's just your house incapable. It's not insulated enough. It just can't handle that kind of heat being pulled into your house. But if you at 100 degrees, it's not cooling it, below 80 for 2 days in a row, or if it's real humid and muggy, that is a sign that you're either having a problem like a window or doors left open, or your air conditioning is failing on you. So if that happens to be you, call me, Bart Inman, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois. It is 314-293-2600, or on the internet, BartInman.com. That is Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
A happy place comes in many colors. One that leaves you feeling refreshed. Something that gets you all fired up. Or gives you the space to chill. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. So tell them today, I love you. Get screened. It could help save their life. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
I'm Dave Glover, and I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Dr. Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, Andy Royer, and Samuel Barry. You can too. Just go to youridoc.com.
Saturdays are made for soccer. Presented by Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Catch St. Louis City Soccer anywhere you go on the Odyssey app. Or grab your friends and catch the game at any City on Tap location, bringing City SC fans and beer together.
Hi, my name is Indiana Vasilev from St. Louis City, and Saturdays are made for soccer.
Brought to you by Together Credit Union, the exclusive banking partner of City SC.
Ordinary radio is overrated. Extraordinary radio now. Chris and Amy on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Did you see that thing? I can't believe it. Something is obviously wrong.
This is a joke, right?
Are you freaking kidding me? No way!
You gotta be kidding me. Don't feel bad. There's no way you could have known that.
Now, did you see this with Chris and Amy?
Did you see that we have 1 million tickets to give away today? Yeah, we do. I wasn't lying when I told you that we had multiple pairs of tickets to see Def Leppard, Journey, and Cheap Trick tomorrow at Busch Stadium. They are performing live. We have 5 pairs of tickets to give away. Let's give away one of them right now. A single pair of tickets, and we are taking caller number 5 to the contest line, 314-955-1120, 314-955-1120. And if you're caller 5, you get to go see Cheap Trick, Journey, Def Leppard tomorrow at Busch. But don't fret if you don't win. You'll have more opportunities to win before the show is over at 1 o'clock today. Hey, you guys see the story about Jared from Subway? You know how he's serving a prison sentence for child sex crimes. You may have heard about that. You will never guess what his job is while he's in jail. That's right. He is in prison right now at FCI Inglewood in Colorado. And currently, he is working in the kitchen making sandwiches. That's not a joke. I can't decide if it's funny or not. Clearly, his crimes are not funny. But what is happening? Where, according to the New York Post, Jared Fogle, the disgraced former Subway spokesman, is making sandwiches in prison for other inmates. That's what his job in jail is. It's a little on the nose. I'm not sure I would have gone that route. He probably should have to clean toilets, to be honest. I don't think they should put him anywhere near a kitchen. That's just me, though. We mentioned this earlier. Shark attacks are a real problem. You see the story out of South Padre Island. On the 4th of July yesterday, 3 people were injured by shark attacks. All of them survived, but there were several bites. There was a bite to a leg. At one point, there were emergency medical people who just happened to be there who gave medical treatment. I don't know what this... Now, they say it's the same shark. They say it is one shark that is attacking multiple people. That is exactly the plot to Jaws. And I think it's Jaws 4, where he was hunting down one particular family, which is incredible. If sharks are that smart, that they know who they're going after. Anyway, stay out of the water in South Padre, Texas, because you will be eaten by a shark. We know this for a fact. You see that they're having trouble with the swimmers in China? Well, apparently, in 2021, it's been reported that 23 elite Chinese swimmers had all tested positive for a banned substance before they competed in the Olympic Games in 2021. So now the United States is asking them to be investigated ahead of these Olympics. However, there is a belief that it's not soon enough to get anything done if there's a problem. But they're hoping by 2028 to have this issue rectified. Of course, if you look at Chinese state media, they are not covering this story at all because I don't believe they think it is a problem. Is it weird that the Olympics is about the only place that I care about performance-enhancing drugs? Because I kind of don't care in baseball. It doesn't bother me all that much. Whatever. You know, the Olympics is coming up, or are coming up. I don't know which is the appropriate word. Looking forward to it, though. Can't wait to watch. I also can't wait to be joined by Mike Elam, who's going to be with me next hour. St. Charles County Councilman for District 3 will be with me in studio when we come back. Chris Ranji on the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together, we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission, to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
At Onder Law, we deliver big judgments for the little guy. We've negotiated over $5 billion in settlements. Onder Law takes on the biggest industries and holds them accountable. We've won millions for victims of truck accidents, drunk driving crashes, and workers' compensation. Call Onder Law, 314 or 618-9-million. That's 314 or 618-9, all zeros.
Is your old garage door a real clunker? Overhead Door Company of St. Louis is paying cash for your clunkers now. They'll haul away your old garage door and give you instant credit towards the new insulated door. $200 for the first garage door and $100 for each additional door. Cash in your old opener too. It's cash for clunkers now at Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. Convenient, free in-home estimates. Schedule online at overheaddoorsstlouis.com or call 314-781-5200.
KMOX, KEZK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The legendary voice of St. Louis, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together, we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission: to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news, KMOX.
At 11 o'clock, we've got some sun downtown at the Arch. Current temperature, 80 degrees. I'm Michael Calhoun. Our top story this hour. The Labor Department says 206,000 jobs added in June.
Do you remember that soft landing the Federal Reserve was trying to accomplish? Well, Gus Fauché, who's the chief economist at PNC Financial Services Group, says the June numbers show they are getting there.
This is close to what the Fed wants to see. I think we have a good, solid economy with slowing inflation, and that's what everybody wants.
But it's still too soon for the Fed to start cutting interest rates.
We did get some better inflation numbers for May, but they want to see a few months of better inflation numbers. That being said, I expect we will get those, and we will see the Fed start to cut the Fed funds rate towards the end of this year with more than one interest rate cut in 2024.
The unemployment rate did tick up from 4% to a still very low 4.1%. I'm Shelley Adler.
An honorary member of the Ku Klux Klan will remain on Missouri's Republican primary ballot for governor. According to MissouriNet, the Missouri Appeals Court's Western District ruled state law does not allow changes to a primary ballot after the June 11th deadline. The Missouri Republican Party had sued the Secretary of State's office to remove Darrell McClanahan III's name from the governor's ballot. McClanahan has said he's not a racist, but has described himself as pro-white. His name is also at the top of the ballot for governor because he was the first to file. A lot of road work beginning Monday on the Illinois side.
From 7 a.m. Monday through mid-September, 111 is going to be closed. This is a big one. 111 closed between New Pogue Road and East Hawthorne Madison, so just be prepared for that. Also at 7 a.m., 161 west of Albers through September will be closed between Tank and Tolley Roads, and the railroad crossing repair on 161 starts at 6 a.m. Monday through 9 p.m. Tuesday. That's a mile east of Albers. I'm Roger Brand, KMOX News.
Hurricane Beryl is making landfall in the Mexican resort stretch of the Yucatan Peninsula. Holiday travelers are stuck there waiting as the storm comes ashore as a Category 2. Jordan Steele is a meteorologist at the Weather Channel.
The interior push into Texas. We're going to be talking about rain spreading up maybe the I-35 corridor, the flood threat expanding. In addition, 15 to 20-foot waves could rock the beaches of Texas to Louisiana.
The KMOX Business Desk. another crazy incident in the sky.
An American Airlines plane was forced to make an emergency landing after a passenger allegedly exposed himself and urinated in the aisle. 25-year-old Neil McCarthy of Oregon was arrested and charged with indecent exposure after the July 3rd incident. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of New York, he was escorted off the plane and when questioned said he enjoys Jack and Cokes and had multiple before boarding his flight in Portland and then several more during his layover in Chicago. He's scheduled in court July 25th. If convicted, he faces a maximum sentence of 6 months in prison and a $5,000 fine. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Dow from Stifel's down about 2 points to 39,306. We've got the ramp to 170 north to 270 east that is partially blocked. Police are there. Stalled vehicle 170 north at Airport Road. That's got the right shoulder closed.
Mostly sunny this afternoon and breezy with lowering humidity. High 86. Clear tonight, though 67. Mostly sunny tomorrow. High 86. Sunshine and rather hot Sunday. High 91. This is AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on the Voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Sunshine 80 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Chris and Amy Show on KMOX. Brought to you by Together Credit Union. Check out their new Empower checking account and earn 5% interest on balances up to $25,000.
It is the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX, but there's no Amy. She is on vacation in Banff or something. I don't know where she's at. We just talked to her, and I've already forgotten. She is back with us on Monday. I've got Mike Elam, St. Charles County Councilman, in studio with me for the next hour. Mike, what's up?
Hey, man. I appreciate the opportunity. It's good to come hang out for a while.
I just want to hear you talk.
You know, I am not, unlike Amy, when I go on vacation, I don't look for places to go run.
Well, not only does she do that, but she's sending us story ideas in a text thread. Like, oh, have you seen seen the story? Why don't you talk about that? Hey, leave us alone. You're on vacation. Be on vacation.
Yeah, if you're going to work, you should probably just stay here.
Yes.
You know, why?
Yes.
Unplug, man. That's why you have the days.
You're doing it for free. I get it, though, to an extent, because there are times. All right. So when I'm away, if I'm off or whatever, I don't listen to the station, really. I don't listen to much of anything, I think.
I don't blame you. You should.
I just kind of want to get away, right?
Yeah.
But I do think about topics.
Yeah.
You're always kind of thinking about something that you could talk about, or maybe that's a discussion, or this story just happened. And I don't know if I share it with the group, but I am thinking about it. Do you have a difficult time unplugging when you're on vacation?
Yes. And it drives my wife crazy. So for a number of years, especially when I used to run a sales team, when I was a manager of a sales team, I would take my laptop with me and we would be sitting out at the pool and I would pop my laptop open. But it's self-serving, if you will. This is me justifying, right? So the reason I say that is when I would come back after being away, if I didn't take care and clear the inbox, when I got back,
it was overwhelming.
Oh, you're so buried. You know, it's like, hey, here's 600 emails, literally, that you need to parse through. Well, at that point, you're just wanting to burn through them. So you'll miss things that you really should have paid attention to. But it's funny, I was thinking about this particular topic. When you do what you do, and you're talking about the events of the day, and you're talking about the topics of the day, it just gets ingrained into you of, staying up on everything that's going on because you have a personal interest. Otherwise, you wouldn't do this. But I was thinking about the folks the other day on the news stations that they do, the commentator type people like on CNN and Fox News and that kind of stuff. When you have a week like you just had, and you have all these things that are breaking about, what's going on with Biden. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Is Harris going to be the person? Blah, 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 blah. All this inside politics stuff that if you do this kind of stuff, you love it.
Right.
And you missed it. Right. It happened while you were gone. And you're like, crap, I really wanted to be there to talk about that topic. Because so many days you're here and it's like, there's nothing going on. I mean, it's just another day.
Oh my gosh. Well, that happens a lot. And
It
you're just kind
does.
of you're kind of creating, right?
Yeah.
In those moments. There are times, it doesn't happen most of the time, but there are times where I can go if I'm off work,
Yeah.
maybe I got a couple of days off or whatever, I will go 24 or so hours and not pay it. Like I just don't want to pay attention to anything.
You should.
Anything
You
that
should
matters.
unplug like that. That's good for your mental health.
I think so
It
too.
really is.
Even if you're interested overall, even when I was doing sports primarily,
Yeah.
there were times I didn't want to watch anything. I'm just going to watch movies tonight. I'm not watching a single sporting event because I don't want to. You
Last
just
night,
kind of want to get away from whatever the work is.
I'm with you. Last night, I just unplugged and I started scrolling through all of the pay services that I have, right? So Apple TV and Prime Video and Netflix. I actually ran across something that I bet you would like. If you're a radio person, you would probably like this. And it was about the birth of Z100 in New York with Scott Shannon and how Scott Shannon came in from Tampa to program and be the morning guy and started the whole morning zoo craze back in
Yeah.
the early 80s, right?
Yeah.
In music radio, that was the thing. I mean, when I moved here from Little Rock, Arkansas, we had a group, it was called the Uglies. And it was a couple, and they were called the Uglies, but they were Zoo 98 in Little Rock. So Zoo 98 was the big station. And that was back in 89 when I moved here. But Scott Shannon kind of started that whole morning zoo with a cast of characters and doing phone bits and all this kind of stuff that he was doing. He moved into New York, not knowing anything about New York radio, and took Z100 from 51st in the market to being number one. Just like that. It just, the music kicks in. He took the station from worst to first in 74 days.
Oh, man, that's pretty good.
In New York. And it was just amazing to watch how all that stuff worked, right? But that's something that I would watch to unplug and think about something different, but it's still involved in the industry, right? I like it, but it had nothing that I'm going to really, except here I am talking about it. It's not like a newsworthy type thing.
The whole morning zoo thing, it was such a big deal 80s, 90s.
It
I
was.
think by the time you get to, the aughts.
I think the late 90s, it was done.
Yeah, I think people looked at it like it was very hokey.
Yeah.
This is like, all right, morning zoo. And you would have shows like Family Guy making fun of it, making fun
Right.
of the concept of the morning show guy.
Well, you had, like in this market, I think Steve and DC were those guys.
They were filming and filming the real assistants where they would do voices and things like that.
Oh, no.
You don't, so you
I
weren't
don't-
here.
so
You
I
were in
remember-
Chicago back then.
No. I grew up. All right. The station I listened to was 106.5. I forgot Q106.
Q106.5. So
Okay.
Steve and DC made it there
Right.
after they left 104.
So they
The
were
history
morning,
of
right?
St. Louis radio.
I
Thanks
get-
for joining us.
I guess I didn't listen to the morning show, but I remember because that was the station. It was the top 40.
Yep.
So it was all the stuff I liked at the time.
Yep.
It was, Def Leppard, Guns N' Roses, and the popular songs right in that moment. And I remember all of the promos for Steve and DC, but I
Yep.
don't think I ever actually heard them.
They were kind of the St. Louis version of the Morning Zoo. They did the voices and they did the calls where they would set people up and call them and do that kind of
yeah.
stuff. But I think people just got tired of it. They're like, okay. What's funny is the big thing now, which seems really sad to say, is being authentic. Being authentic has taken on a life, and it's the most popular thing among people now. I just want you to be authentic, be real, be you. And it's sad that that is something that is so rare, it's become popular.
Well, I think podcasts, and there aren't a whole lot of successful podcasts compared to the amount of them that there are.
Yeah, for
I mean,
every
there
Joe
are-
Rogan, there's a million
there are
others that
100
no one listens to.
Right. But that's the idea, is that people are just kind of doing them.
Yeah.
They're being them in a podcast, and they can record it and throw it out there, and people either hear it or they don't.
Right.
But they're all out there. I don't think people generally like, there's so much phoniness that if you're going to listen to something, you want whoever you're listening to feel like a real person.
You do.
Right?
Yeah.
And if they're not, all right, It's okay to be a weirdo. And there's something intriguing about a person you listen to being a weirdo, but you want to feel like they're not pretending to be a weirdo.
Yeah.
Like you're just weird.
Everybody has
Right?
idiosyncrasies, right? We all do stuff that you're like, okay, that's weird. But it's what makes you you. And it's okay to be weird, which is a strange topic to say. As long as you're not weird all the time, right?
Well,
having an
there's
idiosyncrasy is one thing.
Yes.
Just being a freak is completely different,
Yeah,
right?
there-
And that's a fine line with some people, I guess.
There is a difference between being a strange bird and being an absolute freak job.
Exactly.
Right.
And if you're an absolute freak job, there's a radio station for you that you could work on. But if you're not saying anyone here.
Not this one.
Not this one, of course. This is KMOX. This is Sirius News Radio here.
That's right.
This is not where the freaks hang out.
That's right.
That's right. This is
There might be
serious
some
people.
there might be some in this building,
but they're not necessarily on this station.
and not in this room right now.
I'm going to be on one of those other stations later.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
There you go.
You'll have a nice time. We've got Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe is going to join the show at 11:30.
Yeah.
He'll be with us. He is running for governor of the state of Missouri. So looking forward to a conversation from the lieutenant governor. What else is coming up on the show? Oh, Mark Maxwell from KSDK. He'll be joining the show in the 12 o'clock hour. Mike Claiborne will be with us. There's a lot happening today, but
Yeah.
I've got St. Charles County Councilman Mike Elam with me today for the next, 45 minutes?
And he's honored to be here.
Well, what a nice thing to say.
And this is awesome. I love being a part of the Chris and Amy show. If every now and then I get to sit in and pretend to be Amy.
Well,
just the balder, fatter male version.
When you walked in, I go, oh, Amy. Mike Elam and Chris Ranji on KMOX.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fire Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows, and save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
If you're thinking about selling your home, I'm sure there are 2 things that you want: certainty and the most money, right? This is Debbie Monterey, and if you've been listening to me for some time, you know that the agent I trust is Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, St. Louis's real estate expert. Here's why she should be your first call when looking for an agent. Gloria does not make empty promises. She provides written guarantees. What does that mean for you? Certainty. Certainty isn't the only thing you want. You also want the most money. Gloria is able to get her home sellers more money than the average agent because she already has the buyers. This is why Gloria will guarantee to sell your home at your agreed upon price, or she will buy it. To get your guaranteed price, call St. Louis's real estate expert, Gloria Liu, at 314-325-6888. That's 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date. GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been injured in a truck accident, you need the best. Onder Law. Let us make your case our cause. Truck accident? Call Onder Law for a free review at 314 or 618-9000000.
Rhino Shield is far superior to even the best traditional exterior house paint. Rhino Shield is 8 to 10 times thicker than paint and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty. Rhino Shield is the only ceramic coating company that has been chosen by Disney, This Old House, and 3 times on HGTV's Curb Appeal, where every episode is concentrated on unpainted brick, bonds and seals to stucco, wood, hardy, block, color lock, masonite, and more. No better product for those steel aluminum sided homes that have become, chalky and tired looking. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. After 15 years, we've got a great reputation and a superior product. As long as it's affordable, why wouldn't you do it? Before you make the costly mistake of painting with traditional paint, you'd be best served to call Rhino Shield today. We are the experts and our evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Tell them, ladies.
No pain, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
At Neovitin, we are all about supporting your nutrition, and that's why we are excited about our new Neovitin Omega-3 supplement. Neovitin Omega-3 is formulated with 1,200 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids to help support healthy hearts. Our high-quality omega-3 fish oils are sourced from wild-caught fish and tested for heavy metals. With our convenient monthly subscription, you can get Neovitin Omega-3 delivered right to your door every month with no long-term obligations. Support your daily nutrition and sign up for a Neovitin Omega-3 subscription at neovitin.com today.
Local insights, breaking news. KMOX, the news station dedicated to St. Louis and the region. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe. Hey, hey!
It is the Chris and Amy show. Sans Amy, who is somewhere where Sand is, I think. She's coming back on Monday. Mike Elam is hanging out with me, Chris Ranji, and it's good to have you along for our post 4th of July ride. But it's still holiday weekend for most people.
You guys already, I forget to turn my mic on. Did you guys talk about what you did for the 4th already? Did you talk about that earlier?
No.
Did you do anything fun for the 4th?
No.
Well, awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I went to the O'Fallon Heritage and Freedom Festival. They had their parade yesterday.
Oh, you were making mean comments about people, right?
Well, not really.
Is that what you're doing?
Not on camera.
Oh.
So they give me the opportunity. They ask me if I would host the parade. So they tape it and then they play it back on O'Fallon TV. And it's really kind of cool to be able to sit and do it. I like doing it because you get to see the parade. They set you up in this nice area right in front of Assumption Church. And they've got a tent up and all that stuff. So you're covered. So you don't have to get there early to get a seat.
See, that's nice.
It's really kind of cool. So I appreciate the mayor giving me the opportunity to do that. Yesterday was a good parade. They moved it back 45 minutes. They were afraid first that the rain was going to cause a problem, but the rain actually stopped at 9. And by the time they got to the parade at 10:15, it was beautiful. They had 73 floats or events, I guess, because some of them are just cars that come through. They had 73 that were in, and I would bet you a third of them were people running for office. There are so many people running for elected office right now. It is insane. I am so glad I'm not running this year.
That's part of a local parade. That stuff happens. It's always happened. There are always candidates in local parades.
Yep.
Does it, I don't know, because you're involved in politics.
Yeah.
But doesn't it, you ever get tired of that? We were just talking about being away from your job and, vacation, and just sometimes you need to get away from it. Do you ever feel, even though you're in politics, like you don't want to be in politics?
There are days where it's really tough, especially lately. You know what's really sad lately is so many people are so angry. And I don't know why they're so angry.
Oh, I do.
Well, I mean, just
I do.
Constantly. So if you're a local elected official, I can only imagine. I see the national stuff, like when Congressman Luetkemeyer posts something on his social media, and I see all the keyboard warriors down below just attack him. It's so sad what people will just fire at you these days. They don't know you. They've never met you. They have no relationship with you. But by golly, they've got a keyboard and they are willing and ready to just attack you.
Well, I think and that is social media you're talking about. I absolutely believe that over the last 25 years, probably, the national media that we have now, it seems to exist, at least some of them seem to exist for the sole purpose of making you angry and afraid of something.
And I think
All the
there was
time. All
a
the
good
time.
portion of the electorate who just takes that to heart.
And I agree with you. I think it does, even if it's just you're getting upset about a national story, as you're watching and they're saying this is what's happening to you and this is why you should care and they're coming for you next.
Right.
I think you internalize that, and it's always just kind of there.
Yeah.
It's whether or not you're thinking about it in the moment. I think if you're exposed to that all of the time, it builds up and it becomes like plaque in your arteries.
It is tough to get away from it because people will bring it to you on a regular basis. Like I posted a picture on Facebook a while ago of us sitting in the studio, right? And just saying, hey, I get the opportunity to sit in with Chris on the Chris and Amy show today. Looking forward to being a part of the conversation, right? That's it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you somebody will post something underneath my feed.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
That will say something nasty, right?
That liberal?
Yeah, probably. And the question
Throw
is,
him in jail.
And it will be like, there's just something.
There's a lot of vitriol.
There is. And I wish people would take a step back. Like I was listening to this thing the other day that was talking about if you will pause for 15 minutes 3 times a day to just feel grateful. That's it. Just sit and be grateful for 15 minutes a day, how all these different health aspects will come to you. Your blood pressure will lower, you'll feel better, all these type things, right? And I thought, we just don't do that. We don't pause to just say, I have things that I'm worried about. There are problems that I have. The world around me is spinning out of control and sometimes, but I need to stop and just be grateful for what I have, right? I got a house that I live at. I have clothes on my back. I have a car. I have a family, right? There are all these things that you take for granted every day, and you just don't stop. Mac Davis was a guy who had a song back in the 70s. You got to stop and smell the roses, right? Great song. But it's really true. We don't do it anymore. We don't pause and just realize, as bad as things may be in your life, it's a lot worse for a lot of other people. So just stop and appreciate what you have. And if you'll just do that a few minutes a day, do it in the morning, do it at night, just pause and be quiet. Sit somewhere. I don't care if you have to go to the bathroom and just sit in there for a while, right? Wherever you can get alone, just get alone. Take a few minutes to just sit and think about all the good things that you have in your life. You have a job, you have a spouse, you have someone who loves you, right? There's a lot of people that don't have that. If you'll do that, it just makes you feel so much better. And we were talking about getting away on vacation and unplugging. Man, mental health's a serious thing. It really is. We have so much going on these days and so many things that are coming at you and attacking you from all the different places. It's just talking about the social media stuff. Unplugging, getting away, just sitting down, being quiet. My father's a retired Southern Baptist minister. So the Bible talks about be still and know that I am God. Just be still, be quiet. Think about what you have that you should be grateful for. And if you do that, I promise you, it does change your frame of mind. It literally makes you feel better. But it's something that we don't do enough.
And you can even do that on the toilet. That's if you got a family at home.
If you have little kids, it may be the only place that you're going to be able to do it.
I had a buddy who used to ask, what is the appropriate amount of times that I can pretend to have to go to the bathroom so I can get away from people? You could do it in the bathroom.
There you go.
Hey, and here, let us make your day even better right now. We're going to do it multiple times today. We still have, we gave away 1 pair of tickets to see Def Leppard, Journey, and Cheap Trick tomorrow at Busch Stadium.
Woohoo!
We're giving away another pair right now.
Here we go.
Looking for caller number 6 to the contest line at 314-955-1120. 314-955-1120. Caller 6 gets to go see Def Leppard, Journey, Cheap Trick tomorrow at Busch Stadium. If you don't win, don't worry. You'll have several more chances before 1 o'clock. It is the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX. Mike Kehoe, Lieutenant Governor, is next.
bees and wasps can do more than sting and send a party scattering. They can also cause damage to your home. Amy Mark Scores here for Rottler Pest Control. Did you know that carpenter bees bore holes into decks and other wood structures, hence the name carpenter, and bees and wasps build nests in wall voids and create holes used to enter and exit? They're pesky. Rottler can take care of a stinging insect problem to not only save your guests at your parties, but also to protect the integrity of your home. And let's talk about protecting your lawn. Did you know that Rottler takes care of moles? Rottler offers the most advanced and highly effective mole elimination programs available. Their program includes year-round warranted protection. And here's the part I love. You don't even have to be home for Rottler to do the service. So don't let tunnels ruin your lawn. Call Rottler. Call them at 877-ROTTLER, 877-ROTTLER, or visit them today at rottler.com.
I see clearly now, thanks to the doctors, Birdie, Malhotra, Brusati, Royer, and Barry. You can too. Go to youridoc.com.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. More than 11 years ago, we set out to help women right here in St. Louis. Today, Coalition Life celebrates more than 3,500 clients served and thousands of lives saved since we began this mission with you. Each one is a miracle. Over the years, day in and day out, our team has walked alongside women facing the fear and challenges of an unexpected pregnancy. Through the support of this community, we have given them hope and a path to choose life for the children they carry. Our work at Coalition Life continues, and we need your support more than ever in a post-Roe v. Wade world. Whether you join us as a volunteer, an employee, or a donor, know that you have a special impact to make for these precious children. Visit coalitionlife.com to give your vital support while reducing or completely eliminating your state taxes through Missouri's 70% tax credit. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com.
At 11:30, sunshine and 81 downtown at the Arch. President Biden faces a series of crucial tests today as he fends off growing calls to drop out of the presidential race. Today, he heads to Wisconsin for a campaign event, followed by an interview with ABC News. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand.
The campaign also said that we can expect to see an increase in off-the-cuff moments and engagement by the president. And these are some of the things that Democratic lawmakers and allies say that he really needs to do, but not just one day, for a sustained period to try to continue to prove himself.
More coming up in the news at noon. Emergency vehicles 170 north to 270 east. The right shoulder is closed. A stalled vehicle 170 north at Airport Road on the right shoulder. This afternoon, sunny, breezy, lower humidity, high 86. For tonight, clear, low 67. For tomorrow, sunny, comfortable with a high of 86. Right now, it's sunny and 81 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Broadcasting from the Underlaw Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
At California Psychics, we know that doubt can get in the way of your relationship. One moment you're enjoying a romantic date, the next you're thinking,
is this guy right for me? Could I spend my life with someone who has more hair on his feet than on his head?
Then you realize you've been thinking out loud.
Wait, come back,
Thankfully, California Psychics can clear away the dating doubt. Our accurate psychics are available 24/7 to give you all the guidance you need to make the right relationship choices. California Psychics is the psychic service more people trust. That's why we can guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers receive 80% off their first reading. Ah, I can smell love in the air already. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Hey guys, Glover here for my friends Mark and Neil Gelman from the GelmanTeam.com. If you want immediate cash for your home or to see what your home is actually worth in today's market, find out for free from the local experts. That's my friends Mark and Neil Gelman at the GelmanTeam.com.
I get asked a lot where your thermostat setting should be at in this kind of heat. My answer is wherever you want to set it for your comfort level. It's your comfort, it's your house, it's your money. So put it where you like it. And the other answer to that is wherever she says she wants it at. See, that's an easy one there. So I just wanted to clear that up. And any issues with your air conditioner, need me to come out, prices, need a new one, need one repaired, fixed, call me, Bart Inman. It's one easy number in Missouri and Illinois. The only number to call, 314-293-2600. The easiest of numbers, 314-293-2600. Or on the internet, it's bartinman.com. That is Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
Hi, this is Ken Newbold at Newbold Toyota and Newbold BMW. I am so confident that my team will take care of every one of your service and sales needs. I'll give you my cell phone, 618-791-5470. Newbold Toyota or newboldtoyota.com. You'll be sold on Newbold.
For everything St. Louis Cardinals, it's Cardinals Conversations. Use the Odyssey app or hear it on your favorite podcast platform. From game analysis, player and management interviews, it's exclusive Cardinals content from KMOX Sports, where the Redbird talk never stops.
Congratulations to William in Crestwood, who just won our last pair of tickets to see Def Leppard, Journey, and Cheap Trick at Busch Stadium tomorrow. Also, Jack in St. Louis won earlier. So we still have 3 pairs of tickets to give away before the show is over today.
That'll be a great show.
That's a lot. That's a lot of star power, a lot of firepower in those set lists.
By the way, shout out. Great job on the bump music coming back with Mac Davis. We just talked about Stop and Smell the Roses, and that's on cue.
Is that what that was?
That's exactly what that was. You got to stop and smell the roses. Count your many blessings every day. See?
Mike Elam, you hear him? That's
There
him.
you go.
He's with me today. I'm Chris Ranji, and it is time to go to the Quiver River Electric guest line. We welcome in Lieutenant Governor for the state of Missouri and currently campaigning to become governor when Governor Parson is done after this term. We are joined by Mike Kehoe on the Quiver River Electric guest line. Good to talk to you, Lieutenant Governor. How are you?
Chris and Mike, thanks for having me on this morning. I'm doing great.
It's, a happy 4th of July weekend to you. How was your holiday yesterday?
Well, it was busy. We were in the Marshfield Parade down in Webster County. It's the oldest parade west of the Mississippi. I'm almost sure yesterday was their 145th year.
Wow.
And it's packed. It's Americana at its best. People, as in many communities across the state and country, people out proud to celebrate our nation's birthday. And it was quite the show. We had 35 volunteers with us. We actually brought. I'm weird. Chris, Mike will tell you I'm a little bit weird. I'm a horse guy, so we brought our team of horses and a stagecoach down, an 1840 Wells Fargo stagecoach, and had a big group of people with us and had a blast.
What constitutes a team of horses? How many horses do you have to have a team?
2 in my case,
Okay.
But if you're Anheuser-Busch, you have 8.
That's right.
So, right.
Those are some
we're
serious
a lot
horses
smaller
there.
Operation.
Giant
A lot
horses.
smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're mine are draft horses, about the same size as a Clydesdale, but yeah, it was a good time.
So where do we find you today?
Today we're actually working on the farm. We I know that shocks you, Mike Elam, because I'm supposed to be out every day, but we're just finishing up hay season, and our farm is actually a working ranch, so we actually do things on here to produce income. So we run cattle. We have a cow-calf operation. I'm getting ready to ship a load of calves on Tuesday of this week and finishing up some of our last bits of hay and back on the campaign trail.
It's one of the things I was thinking about the other day. I respect all of you folks who are running for statewide office. That is hard because you've still got to make a living, and people don't think about that. And people want a little piece of the candidate everywhere. They want a candidate to come to everything. And Missouri's a big state. You got people all over the place. How do you keep a farm running while you're trying to campaign? I mean, just being everywhere that I've watched you be over the last 2 years.
Well, I'm blessed to have really good neighbors. I can tell you that. In Missouri, I tell people all the time, we just don't know our neighbors. We help our neighbors. And that's a quote from a Farm Bureau president named Charlie Cruz, and it's very accurate, is our neighbors help me a lot. They're very much believe in what Claudia and I are doing. They very much believe that we have the right kind of solutions for Missouri to move forward, conservative solutions. So they jump in and help me an awful lot. And I've got a couple of part-time folks that we maintain down here. A farm manager who from St. Louis, Annie Becker, she's a school teacher at Rittner, and she's a farmhand by the summer. So I've got a combination of people. And then I do a lot, my wife Claudia and I do a lot of work down here with cattle and hay and working equipment and fixing fence. And it's kind of my way to get some normalcy back in my life for a few hours or a day here and there. So we actually enjoy working outside.
Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe is with us on KMOX, and the primary is a month from tomorrow. It's August 6th, and then the general election will happen in November. And as we mentioned off the top, Kehoe is running for governor of the state of Missouri. And Mike Elam asked you about the campaign and doing so while you're working, which has got to be a difficult chore for anybody who's running for office. But how is the campaign itself going right now?
Well, we've had incredible reception across the state. As you guys know, we've been, going across the state for several months, but 5 weeks ago, we officially started our bus tour, which is 10 weeks long. And in the first 5 weeks of the bus tour, we traveled right at 4,000 miles and did 110 stops.
Wow.
And kind of to break it down, it's about 60 counties and over 85 cities that we were in. Some cities, obviously, we did more than one stop, the larger places, Kansas City area, et cetera. But the reception has been really good. We're going to places where we think we're going to have 15 or 20 people to talk to, and we end up with 30, 40, 50. In Springfield, a couple of weeks ago, we had a Women for Kehoe event. We thought we'd have 30 or 40 there. There was 230 there. The reception has been really good, and it's very humbling. As you guys know, I'm from North City, right there in St. Louis, and grew up in the Sinclair Ford organization. So coming from very humble roots and good training from Mr. Sinclair, it's really incredible to see these kind of folks come out and greet you. We were in Licking, Missouri the other day, you guys, with the bus, really stopping to buy groceries for that night when we finally got back home. And people were coming up to us in the parking lot. And it was not an official stop, was not a publicized stop. We had over 24 people come up and look at the bus and then sign the bus. We tell people, if you want to take a look at our bus and sign it with a magic marker, we're going to be peeling that wrap off there anyway, hopefully not until November. And people really enjoy that. They get to know you and just casual conversation. And it's been overwhelming, to be honest with you.
The other day, I got a chance to join you at your event that you had at Hunter Farms. And it was the first time, I don't know if you've seen this before, but it was the first time that I got to see all of the statewide organizations who have endorsed you for governor get up on stage one at a time and kind of talk about, this is who we are, this is how many people are a part of our organization, and this is why we're endorsing you. But the thing that caught my attention, and I guess I've heard this, I just didn't think about it. There had to be 7 or 8 of those organizations who said, we've never endorsed a candidate before. And some of these had said they've been around for 75, 80 years, and they've never endorsed a political candidate for office, but they're endorsing you. Why do you think you're getting these type of endorsements?
A couple of things, Mike. First of all, thank you for your help. It was incredible that you were able to do that. Number two, that was an incredibly emotional night for me. When I got up on that stage and saw that crowd and people cheering and everything, I mean, that was, there was 350 people there. That was just unbelievable for me to experience. But those 25 organizations that have endorsed us, and by the way, there's a few more coming next week that are going to also endorse that we
can't believe there's still organizations that haven't endorsed you at this point. That's a lot.
Once your polling numbers come up and it looks like you have a chance to win, people want to jump on the bandwagon. But that's fine. We'll take it no matter what. But to answer your question, AGC, Associated General Contractors of Missouri, they have never endorsed in any political race in 98 years. Wow. Missouri State Highway Patrol Troopers Association, they've never endorsed in a gubernatorial primary in 42 years. I mean, on and on. To your point, we have organizations who have never endorsed, but their members think that this is a real watershed moment for the state of Missouri, the direction they believe I can take the state to actually get some things done and govern, still using conservative family value Christian principles as we move forward, is they believe that we have the ability to do that. And I don't, a lot of these organizations, I didn't go and lobby or ask, if I saw their executive director, some of their members would say, hey, I sure would love to have your endorsement moving forward. But they more organically came to me, not every one of them, but lots of them did. And that was also incredibly humbling. So, it's just been a journey. It's unbelievable. And we're just so pleased to still be in the game and still in the hunt, and look forward to 32 days from now on August the 6th.
Talking with Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe on KMOX, and currently the polling suggests it is a three-way race for the Republican primary between you, Jay Ashcroft, and Bill Eigel. So, as you said, just a little over a month ago, before that primary election day, I have a question about you, for you, about how government operates. And more than any time in a very long time, it seems like people in legislatures around the country, the U.S. Congress even, are less willing to compromise than they used to. While when you ask the general public what they want from politicians, they want there to be some compromise. You might have your political beliefs, but the realization that things cannot get done unless there is some compromise, because it's not all about getting what you want 100% of the time. And while I understand Missouri is a very heavily conservative state, what is your opinion on having a political philosophy, but also acknowledging that maybe sometimes you got to compromise with the other side, and that's good?
Well, I'll answer that question, and it will also be an extension of Mike's previous question. Why are these organizations endorsing you? You have to govern when you get elected. And governing means you have to work with people that don't always agree with you, and you bring them to your side. I'm going to end up, should I be fortunate enough to get the votes needed in August and then November, we're going to end up with conservative solutions. It doesn't mean you have to compromise your conservative values. And so many people do think that. They look at Facebook and social media and think that if somehow you talk to somebody from the other party or something, you're friends with them, but you don't agree with them politically, it makes you a bad person or a rhino or something crazy like that. Our country just celebrated its 248th birthday. And I would say our country was founded when these over 50 men got together in Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I'll guarantee you, when they signed that sacred document that we all love, trust, and cherish today, not every one of them got exactly what they wanted when they walked into that room. This country was founded on people that found ways to work together to move a path forward. And if I have one gift from the good Lord and from my mother who raised me, it's that I have the ability to work with others. And I'm not going to give up my conservative values. I'm not going to compromise on things that I know Missourians in a very conservative state want. But I am going to work with people to try to find ways to drive solutions. And those solutions will be conservative solutions.
Is there enough of the compromise or enough people who are willing to do it?
Oh, I think there's always a path. Again, 35 years of small business, you run across a lot of issues, especially in the retail business, where, it just seems like there's no way to kind of end up putting a deal together or making a customer or working with employees to solve a problem. And you just keep working on it and keep throwing things on the wall. And eventually you find out what sticks, and then you move forward. A lot of my best ideas, almost all of my best businesses and the businesses we've built and been successful on, the employees and the customers came up with suggestions on what to do. And if you listen to what the other side is saying, even when they don't agree with you, all of a sudden somewhere in there you can find something that seems to work. And then you can start developing that and find out a way to move forward. So I think it's a matter of relationships. And I know Mike Elam knows, and Chris, my whole life has been about relationships. I've never had enough resources to really get to where I'm going. I've just built a lot of friendships and worked with people and listened and tried to work through those relationships. I think that's what's also governing is about. And Donald Trump has proved this. A businessman in office really works well in the political arena. And thanks to a lot of people and a lot of help, we've been able to build several successful businesses And I think Missourians and all those endorsed organizations agree with that philosophy, that that's somebody that we need to govern and actually lead the state.
Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe, appreciate your time today. Thank you for visiting with us. We appreciate it.
We are grateful you guys had us on. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe, again, is running for governor for the state of Missouri. The primary is on August 6th. The general election is in that first week of November, obviously. And by the way, this show is it's open. Any candidates for governor for the state of Missouri, more than welcome to join us here on this show. I've got Mike
That's okay.
Elam. Do you like Michael?
You know, it's what my mom always called me, which, by the way, tomorrow would be my mother's birthday. She passed away 2.5 years ago. So happy heavenly birthday, Mom.
Mike Elam, Chris Ranji, thanks for being with me today.
Thank you.
We're not done yet.
Oh, we have one more segment.
One more segment to go.
Hey.
With Mike Elam.
And we've got more tickets on the
more
way.
Tickets to give away. Might be some this segment. You never know. It's KMOX.
Hi, everyone. This is Ben, board-certified master arborist with Timberline Professional Tree Care. Here to talk with you about removing dead, dangerous, and unwanted trees from your property. Timberline has recently invested in cutting-edge equipment to remove your trees in the safest, most efficient way possible. In fact, our robotic tree removal can remove trees in about half the time as conventional means, with less manpower and thereby saving you a ton of money. This is just one of the ways that we continue to innovate. Timberline has a cost calculator on our new website, stltreecare.com, which can provide you a guaranteed tree removal quote instantly from the comfort of your own home. Don't hassle with trying to get your brother-in-law's cousin or whoever to come cut your tree down. He's never coming. And that guy that won't call you back, he's never coming either. Save yourself a bunch of time and money and call Timberline Professional Tree Care today at 636-479-7475 or use the cost calculator on our brand new website at stltreecare.com.
Saturdays are made for soccer.
Parker elevated now ahead! And it's in! City lead!
Catch St. Louis City SC soccer anywhere you go on the Odyssey app.
Oh, Roman Berkey! A huge save! Oh, Roman Berkey!
Saturdays are made for soccer. Brought to you by Together Credit Union. Together Credit Union, the exclusive banking partner of City SC and Academy of the Sacred Heart. Independent Sacred Heart education since 1818.
A happy place comes in many colors. One that leaves you feeling refreshed. Something that gets you all fired up. Or gives you the space to chill. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Wow, honey, have you seen the electric bill?
Yeah, it's out of control. But have you heard of Navien tankless water heaters?
Tankless? How does that even work?
Well, instead of constantly heating and storing water, it only heats water when we need it. So much more efficient than our giant tank heater.
That sounds great. Let's look into Navien.
Already on it.
Imagine all the hot water you need only when you need it. Bulky tanks are history. Navien High Efficiency Tankless is the future. Compact, wall-hung units free up floor space, lower energy bills, longer life than tanks, and a 15-year warranty. Find out more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't hate, don't Vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
We want everyone to enjoy their 4th of July weekend, so please use a rideshare or a designated driver. A DUI will change your life. Don't drink and drive. From your friends at Odyssey and Underlaw Injury Lawyers.
Where opinions collide, laughter resonates, and the unexpected is always invited. The Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
This song has to mean that we're giving away tickets to see Journey, Cheap Trick, Def Leppard at Busch Stadium tomorrow. It has to.
Can I tell you, in 1981, I bought this album, Escape. It was awesome, and I wore it out, so much so that the needle would skip at the same place in certain records on that song.
And you know where the skip is.
I knew where the skip was.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I wore that thing out. What an awesome album. And I just love Journey. Journey was such a part, especially with Infinity, Evolution, Escape. Those 3 albums were my Journey albums, man.
Well, technically, Def Leppard is the headliner tomorrow, but I got to be honest with you. I kind of think I'd want to see Journey first. Now, wait, real quick, is Steve Perry
He is not.
He's not, right?
No, but
Okay.
they got this guy who used to be a lead singer of a Journey tribute band. And he's
That's right.
Filipino.
That's right. That's
he's
right.
a little bitty guy.
Yeah.
He can, but he sounds just like Steve Perry. He is amazing. Saw Cheap Trick last year at the Heritage and Freedom Festival in O'Fallon, which Mitchell Tenpenny is going to be headlining there tonight. Cheap Trick was there last year. Amazing show. Those guys still sound great. And you forget how many Cheap Trick hits there actually were. You think of a couple, but you don't think of all the different things. I mean, everybody goes to I Want You to Want Me or Surrender or something like that you think of Cheap Trick. But there are all these other songs that as soon as they start playing, you go, oh, crap, I forgot all about that.
I forgot they wrote that.
Def Leppard, man, so many hits. So you put all 3 of those powerhouses together to have the opportunity to go see them. That's going to be a fantastic show.
Arnel Pineda. That's the name of the lead singer now.
Bless you.
Yeah. So, all right, let's do it. Another pair of tickets to give away right now. How about it? Man, all we do is give things away.
That is awesome.
You
are a giver.
Oh, my God. Am I ever? I'm so good to people. Let's get caller number 7. I like the number 7.
That works. Lucky number 7.
Caller number 7. You'll get a pair of tickets to go to Busch Stadium tomorrow and see Journey, Cheap Trick, and Def Leppard. 314-955-1120. That's the contest line. 314-955-1120. Hey, so good luck to you, and also be very careful when you dial. The St. Charles River Fest.
Yes.
Canceled again today?
It did, because the water is up. So all those dams that they have built north of Missouri, that water has to go somewhere, man. And the St. Charles Riverfront is getting flooded. So if you were planning on going to St. Charles and you can't make it to St. Charles today, run out to O'Fallon. They've got the Heritage and Freedom Fest is going on all day today. I think live music starts, I want to say at 3 that they have. And then Mitchell Tenpenny, who is a country star. I know you're a big country guy. Just kidding.
I have. I have all the albums.
There you go. So Mitchell Tenpenny is going to be on the stage tonight. I think at 8:00. Fireworks. I want to say at 9:30. That's going on there. So if you want something to do, you can head out there. I think St. Louis has got something going on too, but I'm not sure.
Mitchell Tenpenny. Is that a
Tenpenny?
Is that a?
Bless you.
Is that what is he, like an artist?
I don't know. He is. He is a very good artist. He is. He's not Journey, but he's pretty good.
Mike Elam, it was good to hang out with you.
Hey, thanks for having me today. I next time Amy's gone, I'd love to come back and hang out.
I'd love to have you.
It's always fun.
You're the best.
Thanks, Matt.
Mike Elam, Chris Ranji. We are not done. Mark Maxwell from KSDK, reporter, political reporter there, and editor is with us when we come back on KMOX.
Here we are in July. Are you using your outdoor space? If you're not, there's probably a good reason. You didn't call Chesterfield Fence and Deck to really trick out your outdoor space. Imagine having a beautiful deck with a custom screen room that keeps the bugs away, or a custom sunroom that it can even maybe be air conditioned, have a beautiful fan so you're outside but not fully in the elements. Or you can walk down those deck steps onto your beautiful patio that's covered by a pergola, maybe a built-in, I don't know, pizza oven, barbecue grill, you name it. Let your imagination run wild and work with Chesterfield Fence and Deck to make it a reality. They'll come to you with free in-home estimates, free project design, or stop by and see them in the Chesterfield Valley to get a great idea of what the products look and feel like, or maybe get some great ideas. Chesterfield Fence and Deck will offer you 48 months interest-free financing if you mention me, Debbie Monterey. Find them online right now at chesterfieldfence.com. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best.
You can host the best backyard barbecue when you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
We're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
KMOX, KEZK HD2, K254CR, St. Louis.
The home of the Cardinals, KMOX. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's the Cardinal Cowboy. If it's time to replace that broken down, rickety old garage door, Renner does that. Looking for top-notch garage door installation and repairs? Renner does that. Smart LiftMaster openers? Renner does that. Serving Greater St. Louis and surrounding areas since 1966. Renner does that. Residential and commercial, you guessed it. Renner does that. RENNER forward and back. RennerDoorSTL.com. Renner, the garage door company that does. Giddy up!
The cookie cutter approach works well if you're making cookies, but not so well when you're trying to plan for retirement. If you want a customized income strategy, call Steve All and his team at the All Financial Group today. 636-230-8824. Or go to yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Steve All, NPN number 153-07419.
Mid-America's most trusted source for news. KMOX.
At 12 noon, we've got sunshine. It's 82 degrees downtown at the Arch. The news is sponsored by Michael's Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts, michaelsflooringoutlet.com. Our top story this hour, St. Charles River Fest is closed due to the rising Missouri River.
It wasn't an easy decision to make, says Beth Norville with the city of St. Charles, but one they had to make. Even last night, she says, they were having trouble shooting off the fireworks from a barge in the river.
A lot of debris in the river behind us, and the current is pretty quick right now. So they had some concerns about keeping the people that are shooting the fireworks safe and the spectators safe.
Since last night, there's a line of trees that are covered by a few feet of water at this moment. The sidewalk where we conducted that interview with Norwell is expected to be covered by the river as it continues to rise. In St. Charles, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
President Biden faces a series of crucial tests today as he fends off growing calls to drop out of the presidential race. Today, he heads to Wisconsin for a campaign event, followed by an interview with ABC News. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand has details.
The campaign says there is an aggressive travel schedule ahead, an aggressive organizing effort. They've announced an additional $50 million in ad buys in key battleground states. They say that they will be ramping up travel to these key states that we know will be critical in helping to decide the election. The president has an event in Madison this afternoon, Philadelphia on Sunday.
The Department of Labor released the monthly jobs report. Mark Hamrick, senior economic analyst at Bankrate.
Employment slowed in June, with employers adding 206,000 jobs. That's close to what economists were looking for. But downward revisions for the previous 2 months take some of the shine off the as-expected payrolls gain. The Labor Department reports the nation's unemployment rate rose 0.1% to 4.1%. That's the highest since November 2021.
Summer road projects start Monday on the Missouri side.
8 a.m. Monday through late September, the Schenck Road Bridge over 21 is going to be closed. 9 a.m. Monday, the ramp from westbound 44 to Gravois 12th Street is going to be closed for 3 weeks. And the ramp from northbound 55 to Rivas is going to be closed from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Wednesday. Roadwork projects and roadwork season is here. Be prepared. I'm Roger Brand, KMOX News.
The KMOX Business Desk, the head of America's biggest retail bank, has a warning for its nearly 90 million customers. CBS News correspondent Jim Krasula tells us what it is.
Marianne Lake, who runs Chase Bank, says its customers may soon have to pay for their bank accounts as Chase faces new rules that would cap overdraft and late fees. Lake says the new rules could make everyday banking significantly more expensive for all Americans. She expects other banks will follow suit.
Chase is the nation's biggest bank for consumers and just entered the St. Louis market. The Dow from Stifel's down 48 points to 39,259. They've just cleared emergency vehicles that were 170 north to 270 east had been on the right shoulder.
This afternoon will be breezy with plenty of sunshine and lowering humidity, high 86. Then clear tonight, low 67. Mostly sunny and pleasant tomorrow, high 86. Sunday, mostly sunny and becoming hot, high 91. I'm AccuWeather's Joe Lundberg on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Right now, sunshine, 81 in Florissant, 81 St. Peters, 82 downtown at the Arch. Sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. Our attorneys are committed to you, your business, and your community. We are ready to serve you in the areas of business litigation, intellectual property, health law, and products liability. SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of lawyers and important decisions should not be based solely on advertising.
The Chris and Amy Show on KMOX. Brought to you by Together Credit Union. Check out their new Empower checking account and earn 5% interest on balances up to $25,000.
Congratulations, Susan from O'Fallon. Is it Missouri or Illinois? Mo. O'Fallon Mo. Congratulations, Susan. You get to go see Journey, Cheap Trick, and Def Leppard tomorrow at Busch Stadium. But guess what? We have more tickets to give away. Still 2 pairs of tickets that we will give away before the show is over today at 1 o'clock. Then the Dave Glover Show happens. I'm Chris Ranji. Amy Marks Kors is out on vacation in Iceland, I believe. We are joined now in studio by Mark Maxwell from KSDK, political editor and reporter, is with us on KMOX. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great, Chris. Thanks for having me in here. I feel like that lucky nerd who watched Jeopardy all the time and then finally gets to make an appearance. If I'm out in the car on an assignment or something, I've always got the Chris and Amy Show on.
Yes.
So it's just really cool to be here. And
see?
Yeah.
I've been telling people that you're very, very good and that you know what you're doing. You might be too good for us. That's how good you are.
Do I have to did I pay you for this endorsement?
No. And now that you've said that, I know you're smart.
Well, you guys have a good conversation. I like the balance, but I wish Amy were here, but you guys have a good back and forth, a good vibe.
You know, it's been a nice break. Quite frankly. No, I love Amy. She's best. She'll be back on Monday. But we got the political editor for KSDK in studio with us right now. Kind of a wild time right now, not just nationally, which we'll get to some of that stuff in a little bit, but locally, there is a race between Wesley Bell, the county prosecutor, and Cori Bush, who is currently the District 1 congresswoman here. And I'm very interested in the race. The most recent polling that I have seen says it's close, but Bell does have a lead. Covering those two campaigns right now, as you look at them, is this in any way an unusual race from your perspective?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime you have a Democrat primarying another prominent Democrat, that's going to gain interest, and especially with the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, AIPAC, and all of its affiliates pumping in the level of money they are here with the foreign affairs issue in Israel and Gaza and Hamas and all of that. There's certainly a supercharged, very emotional undercurrent in this race. But then you have just the local part of it. You have the fact that here are two prominent, really very popular Democrats in this region facing off against each other. So you have a lot of people that have been friends for a while that are kind of putting that friendship on pause during primary season while they go at it. And it's creating a lot of interesting stuff. Look, this race is going to be a lot closer and a lot different than the Jamal Bowman loss in New York. A lot of people are looking at that one because AIPAC had backed George Latimer, a more moderate Democrat. But that's a very different district than the really progressive St. Louis 1st Congressional District. Totally different dynamic. It's going to be closer. I still think you have to say Cori Bush is the favorite to win. The polling that you mentioned was commissioned by a pro-Wesley Bell PAC. So you always take those with a bit of a grain of salt. And I think polling can sometimes tend to miss the fervent passion behind some politicians that seem to capture that lightning in a bottle. Donald Trump is one. Cori Bush is one. I've never seen a base of supporters that feel so personally connected to a politician as I see in Cori Bush and her supporters.
So when you go to campaign events and you see, and I don't know how often you've been around Wesley Bell recently, but when you see the people who are there in support of the two candidates, how different is it?
It's so Wesley Bell has a lot of labor support, and he has a lot of the people that maybe aren't hyper political. The people that are really passionate about politics all the time, 24, a lot of those people tend to be in Cori Bush's camp, the activist type. But the traditional voter, the reliable voter, the union voter, a lot of those people are lining up with Wesley Bell. So that makes this kind of hard to predict, and I don't get into predictions. I will say though, I think the one vote Cori Bush wishes she had back, the one vote that makes this a close race, is her vote against the infrastructure bill. That's the big one that's caused her a lot of pain. Look, there are different types of endorsements in races. Most of them don't sway the race at all. I mean, think about it. When's the last time you walked into a voting booth and thought, what did a politician tell me to do here? You don't listen to that. But endorsements from labor unions or from maybe the local church or people that are really plugged, those carry significant weight because those are vote getters. Those are organizers. Those are people that go knock doors and gather support. So I think the unions lining up behind Wesley Bell is the thing to watch here. And it's a little harder to measure that in the excitement at a campaign event because you don't always see that there.
Yeah. Aside from that, aside from the support they've gotten from organizations, how have the campaigns themselves been different?
Well, that's a good question. Wesley Bell has been open, accessible, ready to talk to any reporter, any outlet. I mean, he's scooping up all the earned media he can. Cori Bush is playing it a lot safer, keeping herself. I mean, we don't almost never see public events, very rarely. And when she does, it's a quick 1, 2, 3 questions afterwards, maybe if you're lucky, and then she's out. She doesn't want to have any risk. I think she's trying to play this safe. So the campaigns she's hoping that the incumbency, her popularity, and all of that can just basically survive this onslaught of money. But look, that infrastructure vote, what happened after? A self-inflicted wound. That's why they had to say, we delivered $2 billion to St. Louis. They're trying to cover up a vote that they're not proud of by putting this big, massive number out there. Then we did a little homework looking into it, some investigative reporting, and they did share their numbers with us. And we said, wait a minute, that one's in here twice. Let's delete that out. And they said, okay. And I said, well, what about this federal grant? That first started in 1996. Maybe that shouldn't be in this list. That was long before you got to Congress. Okay, let's delete that out. By the end of all this, they had made $900 million in revisions to a $2 billion total. So they moved a bunch of money around and said, well, we still deliver $2 billion, but it's just a lot different.
That's reporting from 2-3 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. It was within the last month. What has been the fallout from that, other than them having to revise again what they put out?
I guess we'll see on August 6th. Yeah. Look, it's not, at the end of the day, politicians take credit for stuff all the time that they maybe had indirect influence over, and it wasn't a direct thing. But this is a self-inflicted wound. If she doesn't vote against the infrastructure bill, she doesn't need to make this big claim, and then there's not the fact check, and there's not the fallout from it. So I just think you see a campaign that's running scared a bit. And by the way, that's not a bad thing in politics. A lot of politicians win and win and win again because they run scared of losing. That's a good thing if you want to stay in office. Don't act like you got it in the bag. You run scared. But also have these self-inflicted wounds, right? You don't need to make up numbers. Just stick to the script. Stick to who you are. Talk to your passion. She didn't have to make that mistake and then compound it by, avoiding and evading questions after. I will say she's been showing up at some campaign events and some smaller things locally, community events, and she's saying, despite what you've heard in the media, we did. So she's doubling down on it. And I think she believes that at the end of the day, her voters are going to stick with her and look past all that.
See, this is another topic that I want to get to because and this is just, again, my perception. We've had Wesley Bell on the show a number of times. One time was just for a fun football thing that we do, but we've talked to him about, actual policies and real world stuff. So we've had him. We have reached out to Cori Bush in the past, and we haven't had an opportunity to talk to her. It's been difficult with certain politicians, and it's not just her or Mayor Tashara Jones, but it is people on the far right too, the hard right. We've had a difficult time getting them on the show. Are you noticing that it is that it is difficult to get actual word from Congresswoman Bush or Mayor Jones? I know that we were at the Ronald McDonald House when they opened that new facility, and we offered her an opportunity to come talk to us. She was already there, and she said, nah, we're good. It's not as if we are the end all, like she has to talk to us, but it does feel like there's a much greater reluctance from some politicians to want to talk to us or to want to talk to reporters generally.
In a way, we could open a whole ball of wax or a can of worms here, but in a way, they're representing the politicians who avoid the media or maintain a skeptical or even aggressive posture toward the media. They are representing authentic sentiment that exists in their voter base toward media. We can't deny that there are too few reporters. There's just not a very strong press in modern America. And there's a disconnect from a lot of poor communities that feel disconnected from power. And some politicians tap into that feeling, that distrust, by also sort of turning on the media. I understand that. So but then there's also a different dynamic where some politicians feel like, doesn't matter what I do here, I'm going to lose this headline. I'm going to lose this story. So what do? They never talk to the media at all. I always think if you're open with us, you're not just talking to us, you're talking to our audience. If you talk to reporters, even on a tough day, when the headline, you just can't win it, maybe your office screwed up, you got something wrong, you made a tough vote, it's going to be a tough day. Weather the storm, get through that, be open and honest about who you are. And the whole posture and dynamic changes later, because then you're going to have 2, 3, 4 headlines in a row that maybe you feel you won. What happens is when you retreat from all of it, you really only lose. And then they point the finger at us. It becomes this sort of self-fulfilling prophecy where they're like, see, the media is out to get me. No, you're just never available except for when we need you to answer for something that looks a little funny, right? So in a way, I think some short-sighted politicians box themselves into this corner where they only get negative press.
And especially when you're in an area, whether it's a city, you have a city government job, or it's a particular district, when you're not really in much danger of losing that position, why not talk to people? Why not communicate with media who's not going to just allow you to, you could tweet whatever you want, right? You could push that out, say whatever you want, get no pushback whatsoever. Why not at least make yourself available for the pushback? Because I understand it's easy, but it is still important, because your job is important, that you should have to answer to the pushback, even if it is unreasonable pushback.
I'm going to speak in general terms here, not about anybody in particular, but I have noticed this trend where some politicians who see their job as a path to compromise, a path to agreement, those types will talk to the press because they see the value in being challenged. They see the value in building public consensus. The ideological people, the people who have their own bent, I'm here not for compromise, but for conquest, those people are less likely to talk to the press sometimes, less likely to engage in debate. They just don't want to hear it from the other side, so they cut themselves off. And I think that's a disservice, truly, to the public, to the civic engagement. The public should be a part of this whole conversation.
And again, it's not just the folks on the left, because we have reached out to a number of people who are pretty far right, who will not talk to us, but they'll go to the conservative stations and they'll talk to them. And here we have multiple types of voices. We have conservative voices on this station. We have more liberal voices on this station. There's a lot of differing of opinion. It's bothersome to me that we live in a political environment where people will only talk to the shows or the media that are friendly to them, or they know for a fact are going to throw them softballs.
Yeah. I'll just say quickly, too, I mean, we media can fall into a trap where we start to feel a little self-important, like you need us. They don't. They can get elected without us sometimes.
No, but they don't need us.
But then go debate somebody. Like, do engage in the process, just with us or with anyone.
They don't need us, but I think they owe it to people, to the public, I think. Mark Maxwell, you want to hang around a little bit longer?
Sure, why not?
I'm lonely in here, so I need you to stick with me. Mark Maxwell, political editor at KSDK, with us on the Chris and Amy Show on KMOX.
Broadcasting from the Underlaw Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studios.
KMOX.
The weather report today is hot. So I hope all your everybody's air conditioning is cooling the best it can. Now, don't fret if it's 100 degrees outside and you have your thermostat set for 65 and it's not pulling it down to 65. That's not the air conditioner. That's just your house incapable. It's not insulated enough. It just can't handle that kind of heat being pulled into your house. But if you at 100 degrees, it's not cooling it, below 80 for 2 days in a row, or if it's real humid and muggy, that is a sign that you're either having a problem like a window or doors left open, or your air conditioning is failing on you. So if that happens to be you, call me, Bart Inman, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois. It is 314-293-2600, or on the internet, BartInman.com. That is Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need the best. Let us make your case our cause. Car accident? Call Onderlaw for a free review at 314 or 618-9million.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows, and save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
Hi, everyone. This is Ben, board certified master arborist with Timberline Professional Tree Care. Here to talk with you about removing dead, dangerous, and unwanted trees from your property. Timberline has recently invested in cutting-edge equipment to remove your trees in the safest, most efficient way possible. In fact, our robotic tree removal can remove trees in about half the time as conventional means, with less manpower and thereby saving you a ton of money. This is just one of the ways that we continue to innovate. Timberline has a cost calculator on our new website, stltreecare.com, which can provide you a guaranteed tree removal quote instantly from the comfort of your own home. Don't hassle with trying to get your brother-in-law's cousin or whoever to come cut your tree down. He's never coming. And that guy that won't call you back, he's never coming either. Save yourself a bunch of time and money and call Timberline Professional Tree Care today at 636-479-7475 or use the cost calculator on our brand new website at stltreecare.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up! and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is great because you're rarely rewarded for just being you. Ever get rewarded for being left-handed? No. You get to use weird scissors. Your reward for being a Capricorn? Cold birthdays that conflict with the holidays. And your reward for quickly responding to every work email? More emails. But with Snapshot, even left-handed Capricorns with proper email etiquette could get rewarded for good driving. So download the Progressive app today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents. If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
Navigating politics with a balanced perspective, fostering discussions, not arguments. The voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
Def Leppard, Journey, Cheap Trick at Busch Stadium tomorrow here in St. Louis, Missouri, downtown. And we still have tickets to give away to see all of them. So if you want to go see that whole show tomorrow, this is your second to last opportunity to win some tickets today. And we need caller number 4 to the contest line at 314-955-1120. 314-955-1120. Caller 4 gets to go see Cheap Trick, Journey, and Def Leppard tomorrow. We're not done, though. We still have one other pair of tickets, and we'll give those away before the show is over. Right now, I've got Mark Maxwell from KSDK, political editor, is with us here in studio. We talked local politics. Let's talk about the national stage. This Biden thing for a week now, just over a week ago, was the debate. And a lot of the polling in aggregate suggested that they were close. But he may have been ahead. But now everything is completely flipped. And I don't know what will happen 6 weeks from now, if the numbers are going to be the same if he stays in the race. But paying attention to what's going on here, this is truly an unbelievable situation that we are in right now with the current president and people just not having confidence in his ability moving forward.
The old line used to be, you can't win an election in a debate, but you sure can lose one. This will now be the picture in the dictionary or the encyclopedia next to that line. The Joe Biden mouth agape moment in the debate. I mean, how many of those moments were there? But I don't know about you. I'll be watching the George Stephanopoulos debate with the president tonight when that airs, just to see if he's still got the fastball, if he's still got the Toby Keith, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm good as once as I ever. What is it?
I don't know. What are you asking me about?
You're not
Toby
a country
Keith?
music guy?
Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
I just
country music is fine.
Look, one of the everyone that supports Joe Biden makes, frankly, a fair point that you elect a president not just for the president and their youth and energy, but also for the team they build around them and the skill in navigating a divided Congress. Joe Biden has done all those things. But one of the things a president does, John Dickerson has a great book called The Hardest Job in the World. He talks about the American presidency, and he kind of goes through a historical chronology of all the different presidents and the challenges they faced. One of the things the president has to do is communicate with the public. And that fell apart. And the image, I think American voters vote a lot more for image than they do for substance often. And the image of Joe Biden, the tenured, seasoned vet from the Senate who knew D.C. inside and out, that image is wearing off, if not gone.
Yeah, and you look at the jobs report today, and the numbers are again good in that they have been good for a while now. The record has been pretty good, despite the fact you've got opponents who will say disastrous presidency. It just isn't. But by the metrics, it just isn't true. You can disagree with some things that he has done, but
a lot of the economic indicators from the nerds on Wall Street, sure,
yeah,
but it doesn't feel that way.
It doesn't feel that way because
the dollar isn't going as far. Inflation does sting.
Yeah, which has been a problem literally everywhere in the world, and we have done better than just about everybody else. which you have to take that into context. But for him, I wonder if here's my perception of it. I am intrigued by the idea of them moving on, wondering what direction they would actually go. But I also understand that being an incumbent is very powerful, even if you are in the position he's in. But we haven't seen this particular situation for an incumbent before, so I'm not sure what to think. But I do think there are enough low information voters out there who would maybe have no idea what's going on with the president now and would go vote for him because they'll show up to the booth and they'll see, oh, Biden, I know that guy, check, and vote for him. I wonder how much that matters now.
This is one of the most overused, tired lines in all of politics when it comes down to turnout. The dynamics of 2020 are not in play in 2024. In 2020, America was obviously frazzled from COVID, scared, anxious, wanted a reset, maybe tired of some of Trump's bad behavior. And it's just not here anymore. Now, you have a whole different set of facts on the Trump side, and he's kind of reinvented, his next term in office, what that would look like. We've seen a number of articles from Time Magazine and other places laying out what a Trump agenda would look like. But people have a real fear about Joe Biden's health and ability to stay in the job. And look, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker said just this in the last few days on CNN that this is a healthy discussion. I think personally there are some people, top Democratic donors, who are threatening to hold out money, not just for the presidential campaign, but for all Democrats until he steps aside. There are people putting pressure right now. I think the strategy here is for Democrats, wait Trump out until he locks in a VP. Maybe if you can wait it out until the actual RNC, the Republican National Convention, when he's nominated for sure, that if you're playing the strategic chess move, that would be the time for Biden to step aside if he's going to do it. Because then you can basically say, okay, we know your matchup. We know who you're putting on the ballot. Now we're going to make our choice based on that. And I think that may be part of the thinking.
Mark Maxwell, appreciate the conversation. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me.
Yeah. Sorry, Amy couldn't be here, but yeah, you were lonely and I just, wanted to swing by and keep you company.
You've done a public service yet again. You do one every day for KSDK as the political editor, and you've done it today.
Glad to be here.
Thanks, Mark. Mark Maxwell with us here on KMOX. Let's talk to Mike Claiborne. We'll give you the birds when we come back.
Are you tired of those unwanted, stubborn areas of fat? Do you want to lose up to 2 inches of that fat quickly and safely? Hi, this is Dr. Michael Klickert at St. Louis Weight Loss Secret, and we offer the latest breakthrough treatment in fat reduction without surgery through our incredible Lumara body contouring program that gently melts fat naturally, eliminating it from your body. If you want to lose inches on your thighs, arms, waist, stomach, or back, take advantage of our limited time offer of just $69 for your first treatment, which is valued at $300. You heard that right, just $69 for your first treatment. Visit us online at moweightloss.com.
Hey, this is Debbie Monterey, and I admit I was skeptical about body contouring at St. Louis Weight Loss Secret, but I figured, what do I have to lose except apparently inches, because they already helped me lose 40 pounds. And then they took before and after pictures while I was doing body contouring. I did 8 treatments and you could totally see the difference. So take advantage of this limited time offer, just $69 for your first body contouring treatment, regularly $300, by calling 314-207-8600 or online at moweightloss.com.
At 12:30, sunshine, 83 degrees downtown at the Arch. Here's what we're following. The city of St. Charles is canceling St. Charles Riverfest activities that were rescheduled to take place tonight. This is because of rising water levels on the Missouri River. They were able to get the fireworks in last night. We've got a reporter out there, and we'll get a report from Sean coming up in the news at 1 o'clock. Stalled vehicle 170 northbound past Airport Road has been cleared. Otherwise, the traffic map looks to be clear. Weather is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning. This afternoon, sunny, breezy, high 86. For tonight, clear, low 67. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 86. Right now, sun 83 downtown. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning is open 8 to 8, 8 full days of the week, and we guarantees next day service or better. Need new equipment? Little maintenance to get your system purring? We'll be there within a day of your call. No ifs, ands, excuses, or getting screw-doodled. Guaranteed.
JerryKelly.com. Well, there's a very good chance as you've driven down your street, you have admired houses in your neighborhood that have been covered in Rhino Shield, and you don't even know it. Except if you pay close attention, you'll notice that they're not being repainted every couple of years. What I mean is same bright, vivid colors that you would choose with regular paint, except that Rhino Shield lasts, and you're going to get a 25-year warranty with it. I've got it on my house, and I mean it. It looks like it did the day they put it on. It lasts and lasts. It's lab tested to last that long against chipping or peeling or cracking. And they put this on businesses as well. Condo units from Springfield, Illinois, all the way down to the Lake of the Ozarks. You can find it. And my friend Darren will be happy to come over and give you a free evaluation of your home. All you have to do is call him. Tell him you heard Mark Cox talking about it. 877-25-RHINO or online at 877-25rhino.com.
Talk about MVPs and award-winning talent. Chesterfield Fence and Deck is absolutely that. Locally owned and operated, they have won the BBB Torch Award, the SBA Family-Owned Small Business of the Year, and they have been among Remodeling Magazine's top 100 replacement contractors across the country for many years. This is Tom Ackerman. Mention me and receive 48 months interest-free financing on your next outdoor project with Chesterfield Fence and Deck. The sign you have the very best.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. More than 11 years ago, we set out to help women right here in St. Louis. Today, Coalition Life celebrates more than 3,500 clients served and thousands of lives saved since we began this mission with you. Each one is a miracle. Over the years, day in and day out, our team has walked alongside women facing the fear and challenges of an unexpected pregnancy. Through the support of this community, we have given them hope and a path to choose life for the children they carry. Our work at Coalition Life continues, and we need your support more than ever in a post-Roe v. Wade world. Whether you join us as a volunteer, an employee, or a donor, know that you have a special impact to make for these precious children. Visit coalitionlife.com to give your vital support while reducing or completely eliminating your state taxes through Missouri's 70% tax credit. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com.
We want everyone to enjoy their 4th of July weekend, so please use a rideshare or a designated driver. A DUI will change your life. Don't drink and drive. From your friends at Odyssey and Underlaw Injury Lawyers.
I see clearly now, thanks to the doctors, Birdie, Malhotra, Brusati, Royer, and Barry. You can too. Go to youridoc.com.
Hi, I'm Paul Goldschmidt. I'm Cardinals outfielder Lars Nootbaar. I'm Wilson Contreras.
Now, Chris and Amy give you the birds.
I'm Adam Wainwright, and you're listening to the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
2 strikes is the count. The next delivery is grounded towards short. Mason Wynn, he's got it. Flips to second, and the Cardinals win it. That was a nice play by Mason Wynn. That could easily have gotten into center field, but he makes a great play, flips to second, and the Cardinals win it in 10 by a score of 3-2.
Against the Pittsburgh Pirates. That happened last night, and tonight it will, or yesterday, tonight it will continue with a new series in Washington. They will take on the Nationals. Matt Pauley has the 4:50 pregame show right here on KMOX, followed by the first pitch at 5:45. Sonny Gray and Patrick Corbin is the matchup tonight, and it is time to go to the Quiver River Electric guest line. And we welcome in Mike Claiborne, who is part of the broadcast and is with us on KMOX. Good afternoon, Claibs.
How are you, sir?
Man, I am just feeling great today. Got a Cardinals winner last night. The weekend is here. This is one of those days. Tell me if I'm wrong. And maybe it's a little different for you because you work weekends all the time, so it doesn't really, days bleed into one another. But doesn't today kind of feel like a Monday?
Kind of, sort of. We kind of coming off that holiday hangover, more or less, and we get a chance to do it again this weekend. So, yeah, I would kind of think it moves in that direction of a Monday, where you kind of have to reload for one day, and then you go back at it. For us who don't have the regular, 5-day-a-week job.
Well, anyway, it's still a holiday weekend, and the Cardinals continue tonight. So they needed to take care of business against Pittsburgh, and that's pretty much what happens there. Now you've got a Nationals team, as the Cardinals are still in a playoff situation. They've got a 2.5 game lead for that last playoff spot in the wild card race. I don't get the impression, Claibs, that this is going to change very dramatically over the next couple of months, that all of these teams that are sort of bunched up right there for a wild card, many of them are probably still going to be hanging around a month or two from now.
Yeah, I think they will. I think as you look toward the end of this month, we'll really kind of shake out things, because you're going to have a group of teams that feel like, okay, we're going to have to really scuffle to get a wild card, let alone get in the postseason. And then they have to ask themselves the question, is it worth making a trade and moving some assets in order to try and play one more series that'd be a postseason? And some teams are going to say no, which means you're going to have more teams that are looking to make deals. So I think, this real scramble to the All-Star break, and then right after that, I think you're going to see some teams make a decision on whether they're in or not. And I think the Cardinals at this point have to feel like they're going to be in the way they've been playing, and it can only get better. I mean, you're going to hopefully get some players back that can contribute. You're still going to need some help, though. I still think you're going to need some help outside the organization. But overall, I like where they're going.
What kind of help do you think they need?
I think you need more help in your bullpen. Ryan Helsley is having a heck of a year, okay? As is the other guys when you think about JoJo and what Andrew Kittredge has been able to do. But you can't run those guys out every night. Okay, yesterday, John King bailed him out, and he did a phenomenal job yesterday coming in and pitching in the extra innings. But I think you need some experience as far as a closer is concerned to help Ryan Helsley not feel like I've got to come out every day when, his arm's not going to allow him to happen. So I would like to see another closer. I would like to see a legitimate near front end starter, as well as Palante has pitched and Liberatore has pitched. I think I'd like to have a little bit more experience on the front end. So when you go into a series, you say to yourself, wow, we had to deal with Gray, Kyle Gibson, and whoever that other person may be. So those are the two things I would look at. Now I also look at another right-handed bat. When you look at the Cardinal bench, it's not something that's going to scare anybody. And as you've noticed, we're playing a lot more late games where we have to come from behind or scramble in extra innings. So I like to have an experienced right-handed bat that I can use also. I know that's a lot.
Yeah.
But if you want to win this thing, you have to push some more chips in. You really do.
Yeah, you are absolutely not wrong about that. My gut is, because this is how a lot of teams would end up doing it, it's usually the easiest thing to acquire of all of the things that you can acquire during the trade period. But it's relief pitching is typically the thing that is the most accessible. Even though everybody's looking for it, there's usually more of it available. But let's just say that they're unable to do that there's no deal made. How do you start? Because you were talking about workload for some of the relievers, especially Helsley. How do you start to navigate that? You've got tight games that you're playing, so you are, you want to go to your best relievers, but also you kind of have to manage that and not overuse them. So let's say the next couple of months go by, they're not able to get the help they need in the bullpen. How do you manage that?
Well, that's a great question, and I really tip my cap to Oliver Marmol and how he's been able to manage him so far. I think that's the story within itself, and being able to push the right buttons and get something out of these guys. And there's some guys that are pitching on fumes right now, and Andrew Kittredge was one yesterday who battled his way out of an inning. I don't know how you do it if you don't get any help.
Yeah.
And I look back at that San Diego Padre team a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago. When they got off to a hot start, they had that lights out bullpen. And come July, man, they hit the wall and they scuffled and scrambled and found themselves on the outside looking in because they just didn't have enough help. So you have to do it. And maybe there's somebody in Memphis, you had Rycroft who's given us a good look. You had, some other guys who have done a nice job when given the opportunity. But there's nothing that beats experience at this time of the year. Because remember, the guys that we're going to call up have never been in this situation before. They're going to pitch more innings maybe that they've ever had in their careers. And to ride on that situation when you can go out and find somebody who may have a little bit more left in the tank, I think it's something you have to take a long, hard look at.
Last time out for Sonny Gray was against the Reds. He pitched into the 5th inning and was charged with 3 runs, but he was on a pretty good stretch there. 7 innings of work in the 3 starts before it, giving up a total of 4 runs. He's been their best when he's available for them. But what have you seen from Sonny Gray?
Well, you know what? He's such a meticulous pitcher. His preparation and things of that nature, where he basically thinks the game out before he pitches. Sometimes I think he's a little hard on himself because he's he's a perfectionist. But, you know, he knows himself as well as anyone. And I know there's some who say, well, he comes out after 90 pitches. Well, that's all he has that he knows he can utilize that makes him an effective pitcher. Now, if push comes to shove, maybe he can push it a little bit more. But would you rather have him go 90 pitches now to be able to have 90 pitches in August and September? And I think that's really the question, is making sure he has enough bullets left to be able to take you not only into September, but certainly postseason in October and hopefully early November.
Well, again, it's very difficult to do, but he was on that stretch where he threw 84, and 80 pitches, but he got through 7 innings in all of them. I'll take the innings. Yes. So if you're efficient, then great. I know it's tough to live that way, but if he does that, then he puts them in really nice position.
Well, you're right, Chris. And here's the other thing. You've seen this game a long time yourself. The era of the 9-inning complete game pitcher is about to go away.
Yeah.
So, you have Wheeler in Philadelphia who can pull it off. There's a couple other guys, but most pitchers, if they give you 7 2/3, you'll take it. And that's why bullpens have been emphasized so much more. And that's a whole nother subject on why we have pitchers doing what they do. We can save that for another day. But if you can get that out of a guy, and we see that out of Sonny Gray, then you take it and you run with it because you hope to have a legitimate bullpen that can back him up to get the final 2 innings, if not sooner.
So we're looking at Tommy Edman coming back relatively soon here, it seems like, right? Lars Nootbaar is making making his way back. What's the latest on Edman? Let's start there.
That's a great question, because I was told, or we were told locally, that he was going to be ready for spring training. Okay, Now it's past the 4th of July.
Yeah.
He's had some setbacks. So I really don't know when he's coming back. And that's something that's a head scratcher, because it was a unique sort of surgery to his wrist. And as I said, he's had some setbacks. I really can't tell you when. I know Lars Nootbaar has been out on assignment on a rehab standpoint. So I would think he's obviously closer, unless something has happened that I don't know about. But I think he's got to be closer. I was surprised that he wasn't going to be available today for this series. For about a week as far as his rehab stint is concerned. So maybe we'll have an announcement this weekend that he may return. But I think he's closer than obviously Tommy Edman, because Tommy Edman has yet to go out on an assignment, to my knowledge.
So what happens when both of them are back in terms of the roster and the lineup?
That's a good question, because right now, because of their injury, we don't know what they can give you because of the fact they've been down for so long. And right now, I kind of like the lineup. You have good defense with Siani in center field. Burleson has been more than adequate in right field. And, when you think about what Brendan Donovan has done in left field, he might be a guy that might be in a discussion for a Gold Glove down the road. So I like that. So I'm not handing over a job just because the guy says he feels good, because neither one of those guys have done anything to any real credit this year. Nootbaar has been in more games, obviously, but we don't know who Lars Nootbaar is, because every time we think we know who he is, he gets hurt. So I'm not handing over any jobs until somebody plays himself into that position.
All right, so looking at the schedule right now, it is a 4-game series, one of those wraparound series against the Nationals in Washington. Cardinals will come home, play 2 against Kansas City, and then 3 against the Cubs, and it is then the All-Star break. So you've got these 3 series left, Claves. What do they really need to do when that's over? When these 9 games are over here, What needs to have happened in those 9 before the All-Star break?
Boy, you really like to go somewhere around 7-2, and you want to finish strong going into the break. And one of the pluses is the fact that most players on the Cardinals will have that time off because we won't have many participants in the All-Star game. Sonny Gray, perhaps, Ryan Helsley for sure, maybe a Mason Wynn. But other than that, everybody else is going to have some real time off to recharge themselves and get ready for the second portion of the season. And I'd rather have that than guys running around, in the All-Star game. Now, granted, All-Star game has a lot of merit to it. It's really an honor. But, man, I'd rather take the rest these days and have my guys ready to go for the second portion.
Mike Claiborne, appreciate the conversation as always on a Friday. Let's, let's do it next week, huh?
You know what? I'll be around. We have a lot of fun baseball next week. We have 4 games against the Cubs next week. We have that day-night doubleheader or makeup game on Saturday. I don't know who our guest will be on Friday night, but I can promise you it'll be a good one.
That's right. And in fact, I said it's a 9-gamer. It is 10. There are 10 games in the from now until the end because of that doubleheader next Saturday. So, yes, Claibs, appreciate the conversation. We'll talk again next week.
All right, man. Have a great weekend. Take care.
You too, my friend. Matt Pauley's got the pregame show at 4:50 today on KMOX. The first pitch is at 5:45. Cardinals in Washington. And you know what? If you have the Odyssey app for free, you can listen to Cardinals baseball on your phone if you are in the listening area. You're in the St. Louis listening area. And apparently, I'm told by Ben Boyd, former KMOXer who now works for the Cardinals, that if you're in the television viewing area, you can hear the games on KMOX.com. That's what he says. I don't know. I think he's a liar, but you can test it out. Damien in O'Fallon, Illinois, won a pair of tickets to see Def Leppard, Journey, and Cheap Trick at Busch Stadium tomorrow. We've got 1 pair left. 1 pair left. Let's give them away now to caller number 8. The contest line, caller 8, 314-955-1120. Good luck. You might get to go see a show tomorrow at Busch Stadium. It's Chris Ranji on KMOX.
Don't let tunnels ruin your lawn. Amy Mark scores here for Rottler Pest Control. You know the name. They've been around since 1956, family-owned and operated, and they have a reputation for personal service. It's well-earned. Now, let's get back to moles and the tunnels that they dig, ruining your beautiful lawn that you have spent all spring working on. Rottler offers the most advanced and highly effective mole elimination programs available. Their program includes year-round warranted protection, and they have non-invasive exterior treatments. That means you don't even have to be home for Rottler to do the service. How nice is that? Not having to wait around for the guy to come take care of your lawn. Plus, there's no charge per mole. They have a fixed budget for the whole year, and there's no charge for follow-up visits in between regular services. Protect your lawn and call Rottler. Call 877-ROTTLER. That's 877-ROTTLER, or visit rottler.com.
Saturdays are made for soccer. Presented by Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Catch St. Louis City Soccer anywhere you go on the Odyssey app. Or grab your friends and catch the game at any City on Tap location, bringing City SC fans and beer together.
Hi, my name is Indiana Voslev from St. Louis City, and Saturdays are made for soccer.
Brought to you by Together Credit Union, the exclusive banking partner of City SC.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fire Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. We've been building homes since 1898. Our Cottleville Trails, located just off Highway 364 at Guttermouth Road, a master planned community with 5 lakes, pool, playground, an extensive trail system that connects to all the restaurants, bars, and entertainment in the quaint village of Cottleville. We will build to suit from one of our popular Liberty Series ranch, story and a half, or two-story homes from the 500s. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together, we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission: to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
I get asked a lot where your thermostat setting should be at in this kind of heat. My answer is wherever you want to set it for your comfort level. It's your comfort, it's your house, it's your money. So put it where you like it. And the other answer to that is wherever she says she wants it at. See, that's an easy one there. So I just wanted to clear that up. And any issues with your air conditioner, need me to come out, prices, need a new one, need one repaired, fixed, call me, Bart Inman. It's one easy number in Missouri and Illinois. The only number to call, 314-293-2600. The easiest of numbers, 314-293-2600. Or on the internet, it's bartinman.com. That is Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
Hi, this is Kent Newbold for Newbold BMW. Do not trust your BMW to some quickie lube place. Bring it to our award-winning service department. That's Newbold BMW in O'Fallon, Illinois, or newboldbmw.com. You'll be sold on Newbold.
Chris Ranji, Amy Mark scores, because life is too short for boring radio. Let the excitement begin. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
I don't even know how to take this. This is strange because we gave away 5 pairs of tickets today. And for whatever reason, for months and months and years, going back at least 30 years, I think, every time we've opened the phone lines for the contests to give away tickets, it's always somebody from Illinois. But somehow we have gone through 5 pairs of tickets today. Everybody from Missouri. So way to go, Missouri. And way to go, Barbara in St. Anne, who is going to see Journey, Cheap Trick, and Def Leppard tomorrow at Busch Stadium. That's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And the weather is supposed to cooperate. Will be a little warm. We were told by a texter that it's actually not going to be all that humid. Now, I was looking at the dew point earlier, and I don't know how many times I have to tell you that it is the dew point that matters. Because that's the thing that makes you feel like it's disgusting outside. If it gets over 60, it's a little getting iffy. But once you get towards 70, you might as well just take a bath because that's how gross it is. But dew point's looking pretty good tonight. Not bad. So maybe tomorrow will be great also. So congratulations to Barbara and St. Anne and everybody who won tickets today to go see Journey and Def Leppard. A couple of things for you. First of all, remember how Joe Buck and Chip Carey were supposed to do that whole broadcast, and it was going to be a thing. You know, you've got these legacy broadcasters with just legendary baseball broadcast families, and they did the Cardinals game together on Bally Sports Midwest, and it was during a rain delay. So it ended up being a not the ideal kind of broadcast. They're going to do it again. It's happening on July 29th. Bally Sports Midwest, Joe Buck and Chip Carey will be broadcasting together again. I am very much looking forward to that. So that's going to be a great thing. Also, some breaking news. There's a place called Licking, Missouri. Did anybody know this before today? Before Mike Kehoe, the lieutenant governor who joined us today, talked about Licking, Missouri. I love Licking, Missouri. I didn't know there was a city called Licking, but great stuff. Hey, guess what? The weekend is here. Tomorrow, enjoy it. Sunday, enjoy it, because we're going to come back on Monday strong with Amy Marks Kors. She will be back from her vacation. Matt Pajeski, don't make that face. You're looking forward to seeing Amy. I'm Chris Ranji. Thank you for listening. The Dave Glover Show is next. Anything you missed is on the Odyssey app. Go get it for free, baby. Have a great weekend. Bye. There is a difference between being a strange bird and being an absolute freak job.